Test, test, test. Testing. Oh, maybe it does now. Working. Test, test, test. Hello, hello. Test, test. Okay, there you go. It's just because they've been forwarded. Unlike that, I'm looking on YouTube.
Here and here's the flat. The gray button. All right, I'm gonna call the budget meeting to order at 7 o'clock. All right, so on tonight's agenda, we have roads, transfer station, and then we'll probably, if we have time, do a once over and we'll have a full first draft. You had a question?
Just a quick question. I know we don't normally make time for reviewing the draft minutes of the last meeting, but just a quick uh repair on your notes.
Yep.
Sherry Wenzel was mentioning some issues here in this building. We did community center last week, and your notes said that they want to replace the oil furnace and oil tank. No, they want to get rid of the oil tank and oil furnace. Out of
Would that be a replacement with a different heat source?
Uh, yes,
Okay.
but they don't want to replace the oil tank. I mean, that thing could be underwater
Yeah.
someday. So
Yeah.
that was part of the point to get it out of the basement. So
I will add that too. Fine. List of ongoing notes. That's fine. All right. So, no, I'm fine. I'm just gonna note it. I have the notes app on my phone. Wait a second. Notes. Fix. Then. Well. Okay. There we go. That's in my notes. So. I guess we'll start with the easier numbers and then just kind of work our way back. The plowing contract, we've already updated. And I believe that is 604 290.
What?
Oh, okay, yeah. Just so you know, we're just taking the different.
Yeah,
budget
they
numbers.
had like 87.
Sorry, yeah, that's total. 432 290.
But we're just kind of going on. And we compare last year to this year.
So.
Yep. And that's accurate.
I believe it is.
Okay.
I have that here.
So
I'm sorry.
on, and then
Wait,
Oh.
no.
And that was the automatic
470.
escalator within the contract.
that's this year.
Yep.
25 to 20,
We're 26, 27.
432, 290.
Okay.
That's 424, 26, 27.
Yeah.
That's the number.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then I guess that leaves to the other piece of winter road maintenance, sand and salt for next year.
I think it was, this year we was what, 40, was it 150?
150,000,
You budgeted.
Yep.
150,000.
Right, for China.
So that's what was budgeted.
That's what.
Oh, okay, yeah, winter. road,
It's-
yeah.
It's not that much
We
so
spent
far.
100,
How much has been
is it
spent?
101 or?
And that's with the salt bump up, right? To, and you guys are at 25 or 30%? 4.
I thought it was 80, 20.
No, it's 4% salt sand,
How much?
4%.
4%.
4%.
I thought I don't know what it was before. I thought we upped it to make it a strong.
Before it was 5. And we upped it to 4.
So 4 to 1.
4 to 1.
4 to 1.
Oh, not percentage. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was-
Oh.
Yeah, 4-1.
It definitely melted. Yeah.
You know. That person they call quite often. The roads are taking how long?
The roads. Have you noticed a difference in the roads though?
Yeah.
As far as how rough they are?
Oh, my God, yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to the road foreman down in Winthrop. And they said they wanted to go completely salt priority, but then they upped it. Along with the salt, they're putting the calcium in, and that's what's making the roads even worse than they were.
Wait, the more salt you put in, the worse the roads get, the condition.
Melts.
Yeah.
If you have a crack in the road, the water goes down into that
Yeah.
crack, freezes, pops it, and
Yeah.
then you got a crappy
You
road.
see, 100% salt has its drawbacks.
Well, it's not.
It's got its
100%.
advantages and it's got its disadvantages.
Yeah.
I've had people say to me,
Yeah.
they've lived here
It's a lot.
for 65 years, and they've never seen as bad as it is now.
The roads.
Well, yeah, we've had some mild
was a-
winters and this winter's not so mild, so. I don't know.
I mean, as far as being rough,
Yeah.
Right.
Boy, 41 going to Farmington.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even the
Well, listen, it's the state roads that are rougher than the
Yeah.
town roads. You know, guys notice that?
If you wanna see the difference, though, go on your dirt roads, look at your dirt roads.
Mm.
We've been putting 14-1 on the dirt roads
Hmm.
and they're pretty smooth.
Hmm.
They're like a racetrack.
Cause they're
Racetrack.
evening up and down so bad because of the salt.
Hmm. Interesting.
Which I mean, you're not gonna change that unless you pave all your roads or seam seal the cracks.
Hmm.
I don't think that's in the budget.
I mean, you want.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of cracks.
Well, in any case, we're not here to advise
Right.
the road commissioner and the plow contractor, but budget wise,
No. Yes.
What do you anticipate to be, I mean, there's inflation with everything. What do you anticipate?
Where we didn't use all that money this year. I think if you'll carry that forward, I'd flatline that.
So carry forward at 150 again.
If you carry forward.
No,
well,
the
that-
balance.
Yeah.
There's 49 left in it. So if you did that, you would be,
you would keep it at
100 and-
150 then?
yeah, no,
The last like 4 or 5 years, we only use about 50% of
Yeah, that-
whatever the budget is. And this was,
And this
A
year we
rougher
used
year,
about
maybe.
60%.
yeah.
So
But there's plenty left of the 150,000 is what he's saying. Between,
what you would do?
it'll be
Right.
this year and next.
so I don't know,
you could reduce it. Yeah, you
Right.
could
We
reduce
could
that
do-
down if you carry forward what's left in this account now.
So you
All
don't
right.
need any more this year? You're pretty well set?
Hope not. But Mother Nature's gonna tell me that.
Yeah, but the next
49.
We just have to raise 100.
No, we don't.
Well, we need to have a buffer in there.
Well, I say 4-1, but like the North Road, the Belgrade Road, we've been adding more to it at the end of the storm to make it melt even faster than that.
Thank you.
And I'd like to try to do that a little more on some of the side roads so that they come back the same. But it's gonna cost a little more because you're gonna use more salt. But I think even at that, it'll be close.
Do you have a separate salt pile
Yeah.
somewhere? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering how that worked.
And once we get into the building, we can set salt over to the side.
Okay.
And then during the storm, we don't have to put it out as hot. And then come
Mhm.
the end of it, we can put a little bit hotter float out and melt it even faster.
That's what other towns do.
Yeah,
Vienna does
That's
it.
what Vienna
Rome
and
does it.
Reedfield's doing.
it seems like a good idea.
Mhm.
So listen, we got 2 months left. If the budget, I mean, if we had excessive number of storms and stuff. I mean, as much as people might like to wrap up numbers, there is 2 months. to
Right.
figure
That's
that-
why I'm thinking leaving it flat at 150, but only raising 100.
I don't think you're listening to what he's saying though.
That is what he.
Yeah, it is what he's saying. He's saying carry the 50, but only raise 100.
We haven't spent 100,000 on,
Yes, we spent
on
100
sand and salt in the last like 5 years. We spent
This year we spent 100.
60%.
We spent 101, 66, 289.
That's not all on the salt and sand. That's on labor, which is confusing.
That's the printout from Trio.
Yeah, well,
They
you
put a
get
top
that,
gate,
you
it
know.
was 115,452
For
is what
salt,
we used this year
for salt?
for salt and sand.
That's not. That's, where's the 101?
That's all I had.
That's the printout that Bob gave me.
Oh,
But nobody shares these with us.
I don't have scans of them. I literally got a paper copy.
See, but when you have the 101, Bob, you've got 2 lines underneath that
Yep.
of 4,030. 9,757. I'm assuming 9,757 was when we put the 500 ton,
You're right,
500 yards back in.
you're right. Yes,
That,
yeah, you gotta
yeah,
add,
Bob gave me that the other day.
yep,
So what does that mean, Bob?
yep.
What's?
So we've used 110.
I think these, this is, this one here, I think, what we just put in. last time. This is the total. Of the whole.
Oh,
Seeing it, so it is
oh,
150.
it's on the sheet. Yeah. Total of 115,000.
Yeah.
So it's 115, not.
So there's, he's
You
34,
don't have as much as you thought.
no.
So if we
There's
buy no
34
more
tons,
sand and salt,
547.
We've
Right.
got
150.
37,000 remaining,
right?
or 35,
37,500.
37,500.
So you're gonna carry over the balance and then put 50,000 on the budget?
No, we're gonna put 115.
Whatever the remainder is to make it back to the 150.
150.
So the total that will spend is, that will appropriate, right?
Right, it's 115.
All right.
I
well,
mean, maybe for tonight, you ought to just say 30, Tyler.
Huh?
Maybe we should just set it at 30, just in case they need a little bit more.
Well, we're gonna carry forward 35,000.
Right, exactly.
So that would. I mean, we have only spent 115 year to date.
Right,
We're gonna just spend the same, we're gonna budget the same 150 again.
right.
So that gives you a $20,000, that leaves you room for
Well,
$20,000.
Just watch it then, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't spend it, they don't spend it, great.
But if they
150.
don't
Good
spend
question.
it, the what,
Yeah,
general
it
fund?
goes to undesignated, and then we're just gonna pull it back from undesignated into the budget.
Oh, I thought that's not one of the ones that carries forward.
Yeah. The whole road budget carries forward.
Let me,
I think the only one that does is the road construction.
right, because this one's just labeled as an expense account, not as.
Just saying, if March goes out like a lion, you might have to recalculate.
I know. If we end up having to haul more in, it's gonna mess.
Mm.
Cause there is,
I have a question.
Yeah, Peggy,
Do we have enough sand and salt right now without ordering more?
give me a second. There's some audio issue. Give me 1 second.
Did you get that?
Give me a second.
if you can tell me how many times it's gonna snow, I'll give you that answer.
Yeah. I get that. But I mean, for maple sugaring, like looking at the calendar going forward, it's pretty freaking warm for the rest of the next 35 days.
Typically, from here on out, you're not gonna use as much sand and salt.
Peggy, say something again, please.
My question was, do we have enough sand and salt now? Or are you folks gonna have to order more?
Kurt says,
Let's see.
I
He
understand the weatherman's wrong too, a lot.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Oh, he said, yes, we have enough probably, but
You gotta speak.
based on the weather coming forward.
Oh, didn't you?
I don't want her.
Is it not going through?
No, it's going through. I was just, there was some feedback that I had to eliminate. Um,
All right, so I think we're done with sand and salt.
I actually have some questions and they're easy ones though, I think. When you order it, Kurt, is it Kurt?
Yep.
Kurt. Do you order it by the ton or by the cubic yard?
It's done by the ton.
And that's the sand and the salt
No,
but separate?
No, the salt is done by the ton, the sand is done by the yard.
Thank you.
And that's through a state bid.
Okay.
Which you buy fairly soon, right?
Spring, you remember when that
Yep.
is? Can't remember what month that was.
Before town meeting.
Before town meeting, yep.
I think you have to commit.
You have to commit.
What
Yeah.
about KV Cog? Didn't they also have a
Yeah.
salt?
We checked with them and it was still cheaper
Through the
through the
state.
state.
Okay. Good.
I think that was it on, oh, and how many cubic yards of sand would equate to what we've spent?
It's
do you
about
think?
3,000.
3,000? That's what I
So if
came
you
up
put
with. You could.
3,000 yards of sand to, what is it, 750 ton of salt?
No more than that.
No, it's 750 makes it 4 to 1. And then the extra was what we was putting on top of that. So at the ends of the store.
You think more on the salt or so 750 plus?
Well, I mean, either way, the budget's the budget, so however it splits, it's up to the contractor.
I still have questions. He answered them. I'm good.
Just carry forward, 35,000. Carry forward 35. As of now, I'd almost set the number to 25. 125,000.
Instead of 150, or then you talking about the 115?
So you'd budget 115 to raise, you'd carry forward 35,000. And that would give you a $10,000 buffer this year.
So with the total
In
potential,
case- in case we have
budget.
another, unless case we have a rough this month and next month.
so Tyler, what's the bottom line for spending in that scenario?
Bottom line for spending would be 165
Okay,
For next year's budget. With the carryover.
with the carryover.
And to Lee's question.
Yep.
Was the carryover only of road construction or of all of public works?
Question on which, do you know off the top of your head which road accounts roll forward? Or can we write the warrant to just carry them forward?
You need a minute.
I think I took it off the warrant direct and I thought it said the
Any-
whole
Right.
road thing.
We have, you have the warrant right there.
Yeah, any of the roads.
Okay.
count.
I think.
Or
Can't verify
road
it.
maintenance, okay. Yeah.
Send carry forward.
It used to be all of them did. And then they changed it once and then it went back the other way. So I
It should
don't know
be
which
all
way
of
it
them.
is.
We'll vote to carry over fire rescue, transfer station, cemeteries, public access TV, beach and road accounts, unspent balances to department capital accounts.
beach and road accounts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's plural. You might want to speak into your mic. So Peggy
So,
can hear you.
Article 33 on the warrant to see if the town will vote to carry over fire rescue, transfer station, cemeteries, public access TV, beach and road account, unspent balances as department capital accounts, which may only be used by approval of the select board stating the purpose and published agenda and minutes, unspent balance in capital funds, specific special revenue accounts, library, community center, aging in place, beach and athletics, and the general fund contingency account will be carried over for the next year for the same amount. Any other non-capital unspent balances will lapse to the general fund.
By the way, with all 5 select board members in the meeting, just remember that last sentence. Technically, you guys have to approve it. Nobody's going to go back and audit that, but I'm just saying.
So it's technically it'll roll to capital
Right, right.
From the
So-
entire department.
from everything, including the sand salt pile.
Yeah, the whole.
So we would have to write the warrant differently.
No.
Right, so if it rolls to capital, that means it doesn't roll to operating
Right.
expenses.
So the select board.
That's
can
the point.
vote To use that capital account. But-
Yeah, if you
Yeah, just
advertise
have
it
to
in a
vote.
meeting and you vote for it, you can use that, but I think the way it's written, I believe it still means capital, though, right?
It's still a capital.
But that's fine, there's capital road improvements every year, so as far as these guys go,
But they're still saying that the selectmen have to approve it.
right? That's true,
So
that's for all
I
the
mean,
accounts, not you guys, nothing
Personally, I
personal.
think a better avenue to do it would be to just put a dedicated amount into road capital every year, 50,000. Eliminate that and just leave the road sand salt. Raise money at 150,000. So that way it doesn't need a special select board vote
Yeah, you can.
to expend sand salt. It's just there and we have enough.
So you're saying if there's 15,000 left over this year in sand and salt, it goes to their capital fund,
Right.
which they will spend on capital improvements,
Right.
but will still raise,
Unfortunately, we'll leave it at 150.
yeah. Or change the warrant, either way, it's up to
I
the
think that's
select
the,
board.
I think that's
It's probably easier that way.
that's the easiest way.
As
It's
long
just
as you
the-
guys will pull it back out when we need it.
Right.
Do you know what the road capital account is right now?
It's on the list she gave us.
But that doesn't have the carry forward on that account. It's just what we put in, which was 50,000.
Phil Saunders,
Yeah.
Cliff Lawrence, huh?
So that finalizes roads, winter road maintenance at a 2% increase to 596,790.
Capital improvement was 23,2061.
That's expensed.
I'm sorry, that was for end of last year. We're looking forward to current, sorry, hold please.
Plus we put in another 50, so 73,000.
Road maintenance.
Glad you guys keep track.
Is it
Yeah.
over?
Yeah. I've got a question on that, though.
Oh, wait.
Winter
It is.
59790.
Paper you gave me it is.
Was any of it
That's just
emergency
been around.
repairs? No?
That's half
Okay.
of that budget.
Shucks.
So that moves to road maintenance.
Yeah, so road maintenance, we're gonna have to vote to increase that to 200,000. Or add a 75, add 75, 25,000 to it,
Why
That's
is
how much
that?
we're,
Why is that?
because we're overdraft.
Why is that?
We raised.
Can I-
75,000.
Well,
I
you
say
have to
something?
take care of that this budget year.
It's $16,000 over.
Yeah.
I've got a question about the 319 grant that we did on the Desert Pond Road. and
Yeah.
The money that we received from that, where
That
did
probably
that
went
go?
into capital.
or undesignated funds.
It should have gone on, no. Absolutely.
So how much was that?
The capital,
Grant.
the grant? I
The
can't
319 funds have to go to his road
Right.
directly. Has to be, it was spent this year. It was used and spent this year. So it has to go into the roads.
Right, so you have money that hasn't been spent
Yeah, so,
and it's already authorized because it was a grant.
yeah, the 319.
So therefore you
money
can
was-
balance that
was sent
budget.
to us.
Yes,
and These,
you can balance the budget for
it
that.
might balance it.
That's what I was thinking.
What was the amount?
Was
That
there-
will save you having a
Do
special
you have
town
that
meeting.
amount though, Rob? Do you,
I could find it.
I couldn't find it.
The amount?
I know
How
they
do we
wrote,
know we're
I know they wrote
positive or
town
negative if we
check,
don't know the
I don't know.
amount?
saw where it
I
went.
could find it.
So if you find that grant, are we still saying we're $16,000 over?
No, I bet you, well,
It'd be.
No, there's a warrant article that says that the select board can authorize to expend funds from any
I don't
grant
remember how much
source
it was.
for the purpose for which it was intended.
You
Right.
remember the total on the grant?
That- that's
Is it 50,000?
Oh,
I guess it depends on how much that grant was, yeah.
It's- It started out, I can't remember.
I can't remember how much we got. I can find it.
Well, tonight's the road
yeah.
meeting and we have no
Could have
information.
received a check from Cobussy
Yeah.
Watershed, or Cobussy Water
Get it
District.
up.
Where was it, Cobussy? Was it?
Yeah.
That was Cobussy.
That's where that was the grant, Cobussy
Yeah,
Watershed.
it was through Cobussy Water District.
Oh, that's because it impacted Torrey or whatever.
right.
That's in that
That's what I'm saying.
watershed, yeah.
Was that the 125 we didn't spend last year? Is that different?
What's that grant?
There was there was 125,000 end of 2025 that didn't get spent. Was that the Cobussy grant?
No, that was
No.
the solar grant. Oh,
It
that
was
one's
not
75.
solar.
Was that-
Well, either way, if the road
that the-
budgets,
On the Locks Corner?
There's 100,000, there's a $200,000 grant, stream grant. Yeah, that's,
that was the one that fixed the Cottle Hill Road.
yeah.
Is there money left in that?
Wasn't the Cottle Hill Road, was it? It was the Bean Road.
Or was that lock,
Lock's
was
Corner?
locked?
Well, it's for Locks Corner.
Wow.
It was the engineering and design work for that Locks Corner.
That's where the bridge is and all that.
I
And
think
we're
that was
still
a
waiting for
45,000.
Another grant to come in, finishing the project.
So if you get grants this fiscal year and they're for that purpose, then you won't be over budget, right?
Yes.
If you are over budget, it's not germane to this discussion
Yeah.
tonight. That's a select board issue between now and June 30th.
Does help to know if they need
To expend more this
expend
year.
more, so put more in the budget.
Well, that's a different question.
Yeah, that's.
Do you guys need to spend more next year irrespective of what you spent this
We
year?
need-
We won't. No, this is
Yeah,
totally out of order.
So you spent more this year than you thought. Do you think that'll happen again this coming year?
if these papers, well, no, every month we asked for a printout and we couldn't get one. So it was very hard to tell what was in the budget.
Is that what you were looking for, Lee? A printout every month,
Yes.
and you have not received them? No, neither of you, Kurt.
After July, we will get one.
I mean, it's pretty hard to stay within a budget if you don't
That's right.
know exactly what's in it.
I
Well, like
agree.
where
I mean,
you're
We
at.
just had 8
Uh,
conversations and nobody, I mean, we don't have the information you have, and this is a budget committee and nobody has the information.
I mean,
I mean, the information exists. It has to.
I've gone
Yeah,
through
but we need it.
everything and they don't have the information. They don't know. He doesn't have the information. I mean,
I
I've
have
spent
the-
hours and hours and hours on all these
Right,
different
Bob has the
committees,
information, he says.
but he doesn't share it with us.
Bob,
a lot
please share.
a lot of it's still transferring back and
Well,
forth.
The transition between the Creole
I,
and.
I understand that. I know there is. They do. I didn't
No,
say it
no.
was, but I've tried and tried to make sense of this and
Right? It's salt in there, it's maintenance in there.
That's turned off.
Yeah.
In between.
and on what?
This account here has maintenance, construction. I had to sit down with Pete and Kurt to figure out these things. That was just a mess. Okay, so next year, this will have construction, this will have maintenance.
Well,
We'll be able to
This-
print that.
Then we have the Bush account, we
Extra
have this
accounts in
account.
there that don't make any sense.
It would be helpful if we had those to look at, so, you know, because
Yeah.
we're getting blown off, I feel like.
But you gave me a printout, Bob, on Sunday.
Scan it.
But they're not even all done yet, are they, Bob?
No, this is.
I mean, you're still in the process of,
This
figuring it all out.
No, they already gave or preliminary, you have preliminary, Dorcas, of the final numbers for the end of 2025 and the up-to-date, year-to-date ones.
25. Just.
Yep. Yep.
So.
There an extra microphone she can have?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, Peggy, that's this one.
That's okay.
Thanks, Peggy. What we have now for last year, is
I
the
do
trial
have that.
balance, the preliminary trial balance that we sent to the auditors last Friday. So that has, numbers that are subject to change, but probably pretty close.
So
should I bring that up about the other check that the town got back? From Pikes? There was another $2,000 check that was written to Pikes that was an overpayment that they gave back to us. That would add back to that not being over. Came out of maintenance.
That's good.
So Bob, I got a question. You just came up with some numbers.
Yep.
Does that help Lee and Kurt figure out where they're at in this year's budget?
They had to help me figure out this, and then that way I could come up with a total for
Okay,
him.
so I still don't know where we're at, though. I don't think, do you guys know where you're at with what you really think you need next year based on where you think you might be this year?
We could work with anything for a budget. It's just how much work you get done.
Do you guys have
Right,
lists of what you need to do or what you expect to do or hope to do? I mean,
I
I know
didn't,
those
I
are-
didn't, I didn't hear you.
do you have lists, whether they're from the select board or from you driving around because you're the road commissioner? Like what needs to get done
For the rest of this fiscal year?
well, general.
to cut it for next year, I guess? Cause like I can't tell from those grants what got actually done and what's on hold, like what projects you have coming forward in general. Does that make sense?
Next year,
Yeah.
we're planning on, like this year, we primarily did a lot of culverts
Okay.
that we've been putting off, and we just bit the bullet, did it all in one year. Next year, we're gonna focus more on the ditching part of it. And we're looking at the Church Road, the Sadie Dunn's under
Yeah,
road construction.
Sadie Dunn was supposed to be last year, right? Or the-
Sadie Dunn's under the road construction, though, if you're talking
Or
about
is
maintenance.
Maintenance.
What was the other one?
Mount
Fog
Taylor
Road? The Fog Road, we keep having washouts on and it hasn't been ditched in a long time. And North Taylor. The North Taylor Road coming up, there's a hill up there and there's one side that the road, the shoulder's built up so bad the water won't run off it.
Okay, so Church Road, Sadie Dunn is on that or on the other one?
It's on another.
On the other, okay, I'll take that off, sorry. North Taylor and Fall Road,
Say that again.
Pond Road?
No,
Fog.
Fog Road.
Fog, sorry, I'm
There,
fog. All right,
didn't bring-
so those are coming up for this year. I did notice the difference in the culverts from the last couple of years, like 13,000, 17,000. I think
Yes.
this year was 29,000, so.
but we also put in some fairly good sized culverts. Like one of them, we already did the 6 foot culvert on the Sadie Dunn Road. There was a 2 foot culvert on the Sadie Dunn Road that was probably 18 feet down. We already did that one. All of the cross culverts are already done on the Sadie Dunn. But once again, that's under road construction, not maintenance.
So for, on your ditching line, this year we budgeted in road maintenance 175,000. You spent roughly 200,000 doing all the culverts this year. Is $175,000 reasonable to do the ditching?
I wanted to bump that to 180.
180?
And we'll work within that. It might mean that some projects don't get done. But it's pretty hard to look at a project right now when it's buried in snow.
Right. Do you guys have like a 5-year,
No.
like, list going?
Something we can work on in the.
It's kind of hard
in the
to ask.
future.
In my opinion, it's hard to ask somebody that has a 2-year term for a 5-year plan.
Fair enough.
So Bob, what you originally said is that adding 75,000 to that road maintenance budget, is that not something we want to do? Because that doesn't sound like that's what they need right now.
The road maintenance,
That's what you said at the beginning.
The 175.
175 is the budget.
Is what we appropriated this year.
Yeah.
Right.
But what you said was you wanted to appropriate 200,000 and that meant adding 75,000. I wrote it right now.
Yes, that's what I wanted to do, was raise another 25, but it looks like we have that amount.
Right,
money
okay, that's what I was asking.
available.
It
Yeah.
sounds.
I think he was thinking of so it would cover the overdraft.
I'm hoping. If
Right.
not, we're gonna have to take, we're overdraft right now, so
But
we
if
gotta-
we knew what that.
we gotta find money someplace.
Oh, that, I did have that, Bob.
If we haven't,
It was
if we
50
receive that check, which we did,
40.
we'll have to find out and then put it against that.
So is 175 enough?
But next year, he wants 180,
Yeah, 180, sorry, that's what I
Yep.
meant.
Yeah.
and that's not enough.
Big Kurt.
You could always use more.
Oh, we'll.
I mean, all it would mean is you.
This is a preliminary
more done.
meeting, so.
Just
Yeah, if we can
this out, just
go
let
back
me
and get
know.
the background.
We could get more projects done if you want to raise the budget more. You're gonna do another ditching project somewhere, or you might put a lift of gravel in somewhere
You could probably spend 200,000 just ditching.
easily. I told Dad the other day, I said, you give me a $4 million budget, I'm gonna spend it.
Yeah.
Easily.
The road construction, the 370K, some of that was designated for the Sadie Dunn. Is that money still there or was it used on another project?
We haven't
That's
got to
been
that.
spent. He
It's
spent,
been spent?
323,000.
Okay.
What I was gonna say is, I appreciate the 2-year term piece of it. Maybe nothing real formal, but I just have no idea the backlog of projects, right? How bad is it? How bad is it getting? Maybe something simple, like a 1-page saying, hey, y'all, You should be thinking about this road, this ditch, this, maybe a half a day's worth of work, just to give us a
There's no half a
sense.
day.
It takes me way more than a half.
Well,
to figure that out.
well, I guess what I'm saying, I don't want to, I get what you're saying about a two-year term and a 5-year plan. I don't want to put too much work on you on this, but I have no idea of what's ahead.
Maybe a priority list, Dan.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Like that. And you can
That's
pick-
what,
The
Yeah,
town
so-
does have a program, a computer program, the data just needs to be put in it, and then you would get that.
oh.
Thank
We have-
you. Where is that?
So
But
we
the-
know, for example, the culverts that we should get 3 years from now,
No.
No,
the shoulders that are,
No.
that hadn't.
All
hadn't
we've
stopped.
done so far is driven the road, Tom and I.
I remember that. You
drove
documented the roads.
So
yeah.
we have a good classification of the road surfaces. So I could print a map that would show Sadie Dunn Road, the Blake Hill Road. It would show the worst of the
Mhm.
worst, part of the Bean Road.
No, I remember that. I remember that you had that.
But knowing where the culverts are
The,
would be
the
very
maintenance
good
issues,
too.
the construction issue is one side, but there's the maintenance piece.
Yeah.
Completely understand what you're saying. You could use as much as we give you.
Mhm.
But, what would be a smart plan for 2 years and 3 years from now kind of a thing? If y'all could help us with that.
Right, 'cause
That
we
it-
can work on that.
It's hard to budget numbers when there's not this is all the maintenance that we need to do on a rotating schedule. This is what it costs to do it all. How do we break that up over the 20-year service life of the repair?
That's what I'm saying.
And that's kind of what we'd like to move to make it easier. So that way there we just come in every year and say, we know what inflation is, we know what the list of projects are, this is what we have the budget availability to do this year based on the priority list.
And I
Which
think
could
that's what that
change.
program does.
I was gonna say that, Paul,
That program would do that. We just
but you need.
gotta take the
somebody-
time to do it.
Someone has to enter the data in,
It's all entered?
it's in the program already? Oh.
Can we add?
Yep.
Can we add culverts, ditches?
We could have had
Right,
culverts.
it's not all, it's just not all the data you need.
Yeah, it would be
I-
good.
Right,
You
but I-
already have some of that information now.
I wrote down what we've done so far that we could add into that
new
program.
ones.
Cause a lot of the covers we put in now are plastic. As long as they don't get crushed, the town should never have to replace them. Cause there's no end date on how long the plastic lasts.
But are
Put any
those-
salt on those.
Are those entered into the program?
They can.
Okay,
They just
we
haven't
have-
done that.
We
I
have.
think we
had-
should
can do
make
it.
that priority for
Right.
our roads planning.
I just want to say that I think that program's great because I've personally driven around every road in town and entered data before. So about every 5 or 6 or 8 years, select board members and others, we got to do this. We got to buckle down and do it. So we all do it, but we never get to the next step. Okay. And maybe Bob hasn't, I don't want to accuse you of that. We never quite get to that step where the thing is really informing us and giving us a 2, 3, 5-year plan. And
Yep.
it's difficult, frankly, because assessing the road surfaces and entering it is easy. The follow through is the hard part. It really is. So I don't want to say that you're not going to do it, but I'll be surprised if anybody ever does it.
I just
I've never seen it done.
Our budget's $1.2 million on this. It's important that
Right.
that gets done. And I'll drive around with Lee and put it in the computer. I don't understand why we don't do this.
The data entry part's the easy part.
Well,
What to do with that data is the hard part.
you give it to our road commissioner and you have a priority list. I'm
So
beside
what are you
myself.
planning on
Years we
taking
have
this year?
committees.
Figure it out.
Nothing ever happens without. There is another way that sometimes there, just fix all the roads at once.
Yeah,
The B word.
I tried it. I tried it.
Well, Reedfield did it and Belgrade did it.
10
They did
years.
A lot of roads.
'Right.
20.
They thought it was gonna last 10 years and it only lasted 7.
So I think we have a handle that we're gonna allocate 180,000 for road maintenance this year. And then this brush is also in that. Does that include any?
Oh,
That should be that number.
Is that just literally trimming the brush and bushes back from the
Right.
road, just for clarity
Bru-
to
Is
see?
brush, so road maintenance and brush is lumped in together.
I
Does,
took it down a little bit.
Thank you.
Well, we did separate that years ago, so they didn't have to stick with the exact numbers, and I think that's still a good idea.
yeah,
Knowing what it is might be fine.
Just for something to go by. I broke it down a little bit. It's roughly, we're gonna spend $50,000 almost every year grading and rolling the roads and putting a little bit of gravel back to them
That's on maintenance.
on the maintenance side.
yep.
This year, we was gonna push for $20,000 worth of brush work, $70,000 worth of ditching. And it's $4,500 roughly for the roadside mowing. And we put in there 35,000 for unexpected.
That's right, yep. And
Do you
I,
do the same roads all the time, or do you do like, I'm gonna do the north side this quarter and the west side?
We try to push for the problem areas first.
Okay, so would that be on the priority list in the computer?
I think the computer program turns the worst ones red, but I haven't played that program.
You know which ones they
I mean, we could put it in there that way.
Okay, thank you.
so, and I think that makes sense. So then I guess that comes to the other big ticket item on this is construction. And
I wasn't aware that that was tonight.
370,000 for
Yeah.
construction?
Well,
I haven't,
What are the rough plans?
Well, you're gonna do
The
city done,
Sadie Dunn Road is the big ticket for the summer.
so you're gonna grind it?
It's gonna be ground and repaved with, oh, what is it? What is it, 14? I think it's 14.5 what is it? No, that 12.5 is the top. It's 14. No, the 9.5 we haven't been doing because it's really fine. You guys don't even know that, anyway. But no, it's,
I do, because I'm gonna read the specs when it comes out.
we're waiting to hear back from an estimator right now
Thank you.
on the potential cost of that, only an estimate, and then we're gonna put it out to bid. But I thought that the road construction was the 10th, was when we was discussing that, but, so I was hoping I was gonna have it
We
back
can
before
skip
then.
it for now.
we can
come
skip it and
back.
come back to it next
There's-
week
There's no point in making a fake
Yeah.
number.
if we're waiting on a number, yeah.
Oh, it's actually, so Sadie Dunn was one of their big ones. Was there another or
No.
or you don't know yet?
No, I think you're gonna use all of it on the Sadie Dunn.
Preparate. All right.
I mean, because from what it was explained to me is it was a 2-year, it was a 2 budget cycle, grind it on one fiscal year, pave it on the second fiscal year.
We try not to do that, Tyler, because it makes it almost impossible to plow the road in the winter time.
It'll get destroyed in the meantime, basically.
What's that?
It'll get destroyed in the meantime.
Yeah, I
basically.
mean,
Yeah, that makes sense.
If we grind it, say the beginning of the summer, and then we do all of our work, the paving company likes it that way because it compacts it better than just a vibrating compactor.
Yep.
And then you'd come back, they would final grade it and roll it and start paving.
Would it make sense to appropriate, not spend it, grind it in June, and then pave it at the beginning of the next fiscal year in July?
He's saying it gets messed up in the plowing though.
No, I'm saying you don't grind it until the end of the fiscal year instead of grinding it at the beginning of the fiscal year.
You're still gonna mess it up plowing, right?
No, you're waiting until you appropriate in July.
Yeah.
Don't grind it until June, which is at the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah.
Your fiscal year rolls over
Okay,
July
and then
first
July,
and then pave.
I got you. Sorry.
I have a hard time doing it that way because I see the money there and I want
Right.
to use it.
Yeah, you're gonna get behind a whole bunch of towns
Yeah.
waiting for them to
I'm-
get done.
I would like to put it out a lot earlier than we did last year.
Yeah,
I mean, we already know we're going to do that road. We could put it out to bid. But we're just trying to get something back for budget wise.
Yeah.
What was the?
Shooting for?
Sadie Dunn.
Oh, I thought you said something after that.
The last 2 years, we put it out to bid, we only got pipe.
We put it out to 5 different paving companies and only one of them puts a bid in.
Nope.
It's- And I think.
It's kinda hard.
Knows it too.
What's that?
I think Pike knows it.
I'm starting to wonder that too.
Is there a reason why we only get one bid back? I mean,
One reason probably is because we put it out too late. They were just committed,
I'm chewing on my tongue.
you know?
Put it up.
Please speak openly.
Right, I think so.
You've got one
Put it
con,
out
I
in
will,
October, you're not gonna-
I'm gonna be honest, you have one paving company that refuses to bid on the town of Mount Vernon because of the way it was done in the past. It was brought to us as an estimate, and it got shown to another paving company. And they saw that figure, and they ended up winning that bid that year and lost a lot of other bids because of it. So they refused to bid on Mount Vernon now.
So you'd have to do a formal thing. You can't have guys just floating numbers, but that's how that happens.
Sealed bids,
Still bid.
actual sealed bids.
Tell them we're sorry, we went with the bid.
Oh, we did. It-
Long time ago.
I
you
think
was-
there's still stuff on the
probably-
website.
It was Clyde that did it.
I'm pretty sure you was the chair then. But no, we've got some other ones that we're looking into that's further off. I mean, there's one out of Bangor, up toward Bangor, that said they were willing to come down here. And I think Pikes needs to have somebody bid against them.
Yeah.
To keep them a little honest.
Okay.
I think we need to work a little bit on the wording of the bid a little bit too.
They need to be
Last year,
specs.
I think the
They caught us.
I think the town got taken advantage of,
These guys.
is how I feel.
Yes.
So are we writing the bids or are you guys writing the bids? So the verbiage is correct?
I think we could do that.
It was actually at the bid opening. They were both there.
Yeah.
And you handed the awarding bid, which is open to them. We don't do that. But they took.
Did you hear that?
What?
That- So our verbiage is incorrect when we put stuff out. So if they write
Yeah.
it, the verbiage is
Should be.
correct.
But if somebody gives
And
you-
then-
You should be overseeing, yeah,
And then you guys sign off on it.
Well.
right, that's how it should have been,
They know what they're talking about.
right,
who's been writing them?
Put in it.
Who's been writing these RFPs?
right, that,
Bob and I.
I have been.
I,
Unless,
We've been
yeah,
working on
it should be. Bob, so Lee is suggesting that they write the bid and then we proof them and then approve them
yeah,
versus us writing and putting them out like we did on the CB corner bid.
Because
personally
they're
would
the
like to come out with it.
experts.
Just
Yeah.
to make sure the wording is right and we
Right.
can't.
No,
take advantage.
I 100% agree,
I think it ought to be a collaborative effort.
right,
Together.
Well, you guys would be reviewing.
right, and then I think we're all on the same page too on projects. Cause I was under the impression this year that we were starting Sadie Dunn this year,
I know you were.
right,
And I'll explain that a little bit. We had that plan.
Yeah.
And we could not receive the 6-foot culvert. We've tried with different vendors
Yeah.
and we couldn't get it.
Mhm.
So instead of going backwards, we just moved on away from that one and said, we'll get it the next year. To be productive.
and I'm perfect, that's a perfectly valid rationale. I just would have been like,
Yeah.
right at the beginning of the year, say, hey, we're struggling to get this piece. We're gonna do this instead, and then it's, okay, yeah,
It was quite a ways in the year before we knew it.
and I totally understand that. And I think it just goes to, the whole process just needs to be better collaboration.
Yep.
Communication.
More communication.
Yeah. So I will skip the road construction and wait on the estimate. Bridge and culvert, 50,000.
Yeah, where we did all the work last year, I don't think we need to go up on it.
So would it make, so leave it flat at
I'd
50?
leave it flat.
That is-
We talked to the one that we usually use for a vendor for that, and the numbers are almost the same as they were last year. They haven't gone up on price.
And you have 4 culverts to do, correct? Church Road, North Taylor, Fog Road.
No, that's ditching.
Ditching. Oh, you have to go back. You put.
No,
culverts
this
in.
year on the culvert side, there's a culvert on the Bean Road. I can't think of the box number. All I can say is it's beside the brick house. That is
oh,
terrible.
gee,
and it heaves up and down every year. And we want to pay attention to that this spring and see if I can take that out. There's another one just down the road, and I want to see if I can taper the ditch to go the opposite way and discontinue that culvert. I think it's too close to the top of the road, and it's probably ledge underneath it, so it's moving along.
Yep.
And then there's another one at the end of the Moore Hill Road that is almost rotten.
Where that, in that boggy spot.
It's right in the intersection.
Yep.
There's also another one that comes from the other side of the Bean Road that crosses right there. There's hardly ever any water in there, but it's almost rotten.
No water in it, but what? I'm sorry.
It's almost rotten.
Rotten.
Do you have a rough estimate of how many steel culverts are left?
No.
In the town?
Right.
I'll be honest, we're talking with the state's pushing back to the steel culverts because they don't move around as much as the plastic. But they don't have the life
The life
expectancy of the,
What are they rated for now? 20? 10 to
the,
20?
yes, steel culverts usually 20 years. Where the plastic ones, they don't have a,
As long as they don't get crushed.
and that's what we ended up doing on the Sadie Dunn Road. We ended up putting steel one back in because we couldn't get anything else. And we did look into putting a box culvert in down there, and it was. What's that? I think it was 184,000.
Yeah, because you would probably, yeah, you would have to, over 100,000, you need an
Yeah.
engineer.
Yes.
Is
So we
it
kind of
safe
went the
right
other
now?
way.
Is it safe right now that?
They put the
There's a
new
brand new
culvert in.
6-foot culvert. in
There was a box culvert alternative.
Instead of doing that, did the 6 foot?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, instead of doing a plastic one because they couldn't get it, they did steel. And then the third alternative is box. There's a box culvert, and those are 184,000.
But those are 100-year. They say
Right.
they're
It's basically a
100-year.
bridge. Functionally.
So are there any bridges that you need to work on?
Hopefully not, because hopefully they're all done with the Blake Hill Bridge pretty quick.
Yeah.
And we already replaced the one at Locke's Corner.
The state keeps kicking back at us on that one because we left the old one in there. But it has not moved.
Yeah.
And they don't know what to say about it now. Other than that, there isn't,
So
there's no other bridges.
No.
will the 50,000 do those 3
Yes,
culverts?
yes.
Okay.
And then sign account 3150. I know Peggy wanted to know, and we'll have to get quotes on it, to the wooden Mount Vernon signs, the green ones.
Oh.
The North Road one is pretty well rotted out.
I passed that.
So, and
Correct.
debated it on the select board about, we could go to just the state green signs, but I think there's a desired, I don't either.
I like the cemetery.
I like what
signs,
you
we
said
do that.
originally, Tyler. It brought character to the town.
Right. You know, it's nice in there, so I don't know what a wooden sign is going for these days.
I've got a suggestion for that.
Yeah.
You have a person that works at Marana Cook
Yep.
that's the head of the,
Yeah, Jeff.
and I
Ethan
think that we
Bucklet
ought to
does
talk to
mine
them.
too.
I've already talked to them,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that somebody else ought to talk to them and see if they would incorporate that into one of their programs and have the kids build you one.
That's
You're talking
awesome.
about
Yeah.
Stratford?
It's a great idea.
Because I think the North Road is the worst of the, I believe it's 4 of them.
The one on CB is pretty terrible.
BV corner, 41. There's
That
one at
one's pretty
Flying Pond
good.
and there's one down at the horse farm by the
By
palace.
horse farm, Yeah.
The North Road. And then I don't think there's one on the Belgrade Road.
No,
No.
there
So
is,
3.
Tyler,
4.
Where's the 4th one?
Flying
maybe
Pond and
a-
the horse farm,
somewhere.
then
I didn't
CV.
see that one.
yeah. There was a summer resident, Nancy Hemphill, volunteered to do a new sign if somebody put in posts. That was just recently. I know Nancy. She was looking for the town, like she was gonna do a new sign for, donate it for one or the other one. She just needed somebody to put posts in. I
Is
could
it-
reach out to her, see if she's still interested, but I like Kurt's idea
Right.
too.
Did you say the design or the sign?
The sign.
So she,
Yeah.
yeah, but.
Right, we just have
you
to
like
put
that
He
posts
just
to it.
doesn't have the wherewithal to put new posts in or whatever.
I mean, even if we budgeted for the materials for Maranacock, I think. 2x4s.
We
and-
have money for signs. Tyler, didn't we discuss that?
That's what we're
Isn't there-
discussing now, Peggy.
I know, but we had, money left over that we didn't use for signs. Wasn't it like 2,000 something still available?
If they keep rolling in.
Uh,
think
And
it's
so
only 800
when we talked earlier, we thought we could get the one sign done, the worst one on the North Road.
no, I think
Maybe-
that's what's been expensed
Out of like
That's what's-
3,000.
out of
or
like
something, right?
3,000.
Yeah.
So I think there might be enough this year to fund one,
One,
leave it flat. And you could fund the second one next year.
Well, what are you making the signs out of? Wood's not, wood's like a dime a
But it's
dozen
the
around here.
painting and all.
Ranacuk.
Mhm. But we'd still provide all those materials to them and we'd still have to pay somebody to put them in. Right, so that's why I'm saying there's roughly $2,000 there to buy the materials, and pay somebody to put them in.
Take it for postage.
Uh,
What, other than those signs though, what do you generally,
That's what I was
Do
just saying, is
sign.
under that, that's not all we would take, that we normally take out of it. It's
No,
the signpost for
right.
the ends of any of your roads,
Yeah.
your stop signs,
Yeah.
your yield signs, your bus signs,
thank
all of
you.
that comes out of
I
that.
had no idea.
I usually have a sign account under,
E911.
yeah, E911. It could come out of that, but that's only $300. You're not gonna get a sign out of that.
no.
Posts two. Posts.
so would it make sense to bump that line up?
For the sign
Yes.
account.
Yeah, you wanna,
If you wanna do a real sign, yeah.
4 of them. Right?
So why don't we get some estimates?
okay.
Are you going Jeff's way or are you going a different way?
I think you would explore all the options. I think approaching it to the school and saying that if they wanted to build all 4, we'd pay for all the materials.
4?
There's 4 of them that need to be replaced.
How about we just do one? that
They all
really-
look like crap. They all look like crap.
They all need it.
Right, can we just?
Okay, I'll get a
Couple.
price.
Are you here?
So the only thing I was thinking was if you went with somebody like that,
Right,
they have a CNC machine and they would all look the same.
right.
It would be a program, you punch it in there, the CNC machine cuts it out.
That's why I'm saying if we budgeted the materials for all 4,
The school has that machine or somebody else does? Yeah.
right, and just see if they do it as part of their woodwork.
No,
Another
Yeah,
one
it's
that does
great.
have that machine is Jamie Clough.
Yeah.
Which is another business in our own town.
Yep. And I don't know, I don't think Ethan has a CNC.
I don't know that.
I'm not
He
sure.
might- I'd have
I
to
don't know
check.
what he has, but I know he
You
does.
know, if you want, I mean, I can call Jeff Stockford and check with the high school. I can check with Jamie Clough if somebody
I'll
can
ask
check with
Ethan.
Ethan. Ethan Bach.
What was it about? Well, you got rid of all this stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure.
The shop's still there.
It's just a room. Don't spread it.
As far
Uh,
as I know, he has it. I will ask him.
so yeah, so that we'll get quotes back on that, but other than that. 1% increase pending a number on road construction.
I will say the remainder of what's in road construction will probably either be used for starting prep on the Sadie Dunn Road.
Yep.
The only other thing is that we're over on our road maintenance now,
Right.
so I don't know how we're going to do our springtime grading.
Could you take that out of construction if you had to?
If we have
Oh,
to,
you can do it
if we
out
have
of
to, we
capital.
can.
Yeah,
Or I didn't know if you guys would take it out of that.
yes.
We could do that too. Cause the other number is the blanket 50,000 that we put into capital. But if we're using that for operations, would it make more sense to just bump up the operations budget where we know we're gonna spend it anyways? So your capital is, you know, for your longer term projects, road construction and whatnot, but there's clearly a deferred amount of maintenance, grading every year, ditching on a regular cycle. That is more of an operational budget versus paving a road, which is a one-time every 20 years. That's more of a capital project.
Supposed to be every 7.
7.
So Peter, give me an estimate.
So
What you need,
In the cap?
so
No,
much for
take it.
grading.
instead of
or
appropriating another 50,000 for capital,
rolling.
bump
5,000?
up
That's it?
either maintenance
50.
or
Construction?
construction
Using that 50,000 or?
that not and zero the capital, the dedicated capital appropriation. Anticipating that we'll still put money into it to the whatever's carry forward would go into it this year. Because we're going to have,
Oh, go ahead. I was just,
no,
I'm just.
if my logic is wrong, tell me now.
No, I'm just listening to this discussion, but it's hard to track line to line because the town warrant articles were lumped together. But when we post the expenses, it goes to various accounts. But if I've done the math correctly, it looks like we're in total over by, have you got this number, Tyler, about 160,000? So when I hear you talking about taking from this and that, it looks like it's already over and we have, I can't remember if 1 or 2 more months of snow plowing to pay for. So are you seeing the same numbers that I am, or I show that the total budget, 1,233,000 for 50,000 capital improvement, FICA Medicare a little bit, road maintenance, bush 175, road construction 370, bridge and culvert 50, snowplow contracts, roads 418, snowplow non-roads 14.5, winter salt sand pile 150, and sign account 3,000. So if you look at the worksheet that I sent yesterday, for all the expenditures against that $1,233,000 budget, we have $1,392,000. So we're in the whole 159 right now with more snowplow contract, and I don't know what else. The projects that we've just been discussing for the remainder of the year. Am I looking at the numbers, same numbers you are, Tyler?
I was going off Bob's numbers.
We don't all have the same numbers, Dorcas.
This is the sheet that I sent out yesterday. That's the actual Trio activity, the budget that's loaded into Trio for all of the lines that we just discussed and the actual activity against it. I sent that to this full committee yesterday.
Yep, no, I do have that, but
It's, and as I say, it's hard to match them up because, for example, we have winter salt and sand shed, 150,000, one line, but then we have 4 separate lines where we post the expense. So it's hard, you can't match it up.
I agree. And I know it's a work in progress for you, so I get that.
Another
So-
alternative would just be to post everything where it's budgeted, so you don't have the detail, but then you could tell exactly at a quick glance how it lines up. But I'm just taking, for example, the 09 series Trio account 03, which
Does
is
that
public-
have the Blake Hill Bridge in it?
I think it does.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Not on this, it's not.
Yeah, you're gonna.
No, but
No.
on her sheet, major road work, I believe is the Blake Hill
Okay,
Bridge.
that's the
yeah.
It's the
missing link.
340,000.
Maybe that's the missing link.
Good pickup.
So that brings to light another question, how do we budget? We've got everything posting there to expense, but I guess we need to remember to add in the revenue or factor in any grant funding that we're getting.
Right.
So, and that would be the case for anything where there's revenue or grant funding. We've got all the expenses and that's
Right.
the correct way to post them, but it's not the complete picture.
So revenue would include reimbursement by the state.
Should.
Yes.
Right, because you have I believe you right here, you have the reimbursement, the 286,645 from the state on the Blake Hill Bridge, that reimbursement.
Right.
What do you, I don't know.
On your FY 5 expenses unaudited. You have debit amount, credit amount. And then you have major road transfer, 286,645.
Oh, that's year end.
That's-
This is,
that's
that's
last
different, two
year.
different
That's-
sheets,
okay.
two different ones she sent.
That's last year.
Yeah. Go on this one, like the general ledger thing. She sent an updated one of those.
Yeah, the money you get back from the bridge should go into undesignated because that's where it came out.
Yeah, but that's not in this budget.
Okay, well, we need some fine tuning then and figure out what's where.
When she sent the email, Tyler,
Yeah.
it was 2 spreadsheets. Yeah, it
A lot of
was
salt
2.
in the air, like,
That's why.
Public road.
So with what you just said, Bob, on that note, where's all the FEMA money
That's,
in that?
I gotta find that too.
So
When was the last time they reimbursed, I mean, for what,
personnel gross wages.
FEMA money?
was it?
We got a lot of FEMA money.
So just this past year?
I still haven't found out where the 300 and some thousand that we got went.
Expenses because the worksheet that I sent, it just sent the expenses to compare, because that's we posted the whole town budget just to expenses. But that's only part of the picture. If we're getting reimbursements and revenues from other sources, that should be considered too. It's almost as though we need to take each department, you know, 02, 42, or whatever they are, look at the whole department. As opposed to just the expense piece.
I totally agree, but I had already asked you for the expenses and I didn't want to ask you again.
FEMA,
What's
we
that?
got over 300,000.
I said, I totally agree with what you just said, and I realized
We
that
got
after
3 roofs.
I didn't want to keep that on your plate right away. We need the income and we need everything.
We've got everything.
I know,
It's
but
all
like,
there.
but what you just said, you need the,
I've only.
Yeah.
Right, we're saying we have to
We can just pull that
reconcile the
out,
2
go,
revenues. Right now, our
I gotta find
accounting
out where it
system
went.
doesn't reconcile like FEMA grants or anything
It's-
like
it's
that.
not- If we've received check,
Yeah.
it's in our system. It's in
Right.
Trio for this year. We don't have the carry forward balances figured out yet.
The 3
But we've posted everything as we've received it,
but it doesn't show up on
went there too.
the expenses year to date that you sent us, so we
because I
can't.
only sent expenses. We
Correct.
have
Right.
Revenue and expense, so I can
That's,
include the revenue side the next time I send the report.
thank you. That's what I'm agreeing to. Uh, I have another question for you, Lee. And so on here we have FICA, but we don't have any, and then like on personnel, it says personnel Bush account, 150, but if you have FICA, you must be getting an actual paycheck. There's nothing on here to connect to a paycheck. All there is FICA.
Where is the budget for leave?
Say that.
Salary.
For the old, what? Beaver
What we-
thing.
We get salary. Where is that budgeted?
Where is it budgeted? Well, that's a good point. I don't know. It's gotta be coming out of, well, no, it's not.
If you don't know and you
Either
gotta
comes out
come
of
back.
Construction, or it comes out of maintenance.
Well, we're making budgets based on road work that Kurt said, and we have a FICA line, but we have no personnel. We have no paychecks.
It's gotta be split out of either one of those.
What's the
If I
number?
Find that, you have to go to each warrant.
Perfect.
When he sends his warrant in, it says, this is going towards construction. It's 60 grand, or this is going towards road maintenance every year. Now, if it doesn't get put on that, that's not his fault.
Well, how do we know what we're paying him?
How do you what?
How do we know what we're paying him? Well, you see it, and he sees it, but the rest of us don't see it. I'm not picking on you. I'm trying to, there's a FICA line, but there's no pay line.
Is that?
Contractor.
No,
Partially on some of it.
the road commissioner.
We wouldn't have to see that, what you're talking about, Karen.
Correct,
But if he's an employee directly, then we,
because we're paying FICA, so that makes him an employee. So that should be an easy number to find.
Right, so what is the road commissioner salary, I guess is the,
You know, he's been paid so far $9,000.
He doesn't
So do we
have
have
a
a
salary, he does it by
budget?
the hour,
does it by the, okay,
set by a state rate,
state rate?
which hasn't changed in years.
I didn't hear you, Kurt. I'm sorry. Set by what?
We usually set it by the state rate, what the state's offering to pay
So it,
from,
If you look at it, one.
it's 34.11.
well, that helps.
So it's not, so that whole thing is not broken out somewhere in this information. It's not in Trio as a payout or, I know it's not salary, but
I could
as.
do it, but I'd have to dig through the warrants,
Can we do it going forward?
like I did for maintenance and construction. I didn't do it for
So-
the payroll portion.
So moving forward, I think that's important to have that broken out into.
I think it will be.
We do have, payroll records, and now, right now, I'm looking at the account called Public Works and Highways Overall Road Personnel. And I'm seeing a $55,000 payment with a description of contract happened. I didn't think I posted it, but it happened early on my watch. So I want to look at that. That looks like a misposting because Lee does submit hours periodically.
Right, yeah.
And so he does have payroll. I think Lee, you're paid an hourly rate, and if I'm not mistaken, it's $34 an hour, something like that.
Right,
So you submit hours now and then, and we pay them through payroll. So it does look like there's a posting error to that account, and I'll have to go back and pull the invoice to look at it.
Okay, you guys see all of these lists and lists and lists, right? So what we're gonna do, July 1st, we're gonna have one account that's gonna say maintenance, road maintenance, and one account that's gonna say road construction. So when Lee writes up his warrant, if he's doing construction that week, he's gonna put construction. So his payroll will go towards construction. His payments to Lee Dunn and Son will go towards construction. And anything else, Pike or whatever is on the warrant will go towards construction.
Bob,
That's one account.
if it's so, I think we're gonna need to separate out the actual salaries. If we're paying somebody through payroll, we need to pay that through a salaries account. So
But
that-
it should be,
so that we can reconcile to payroll records for our audit.
right, because there should be a line that says road commissioner salary, like we have a line for tax collector, clerk tax collector salary.
Yeah, there's nothing anywhere.
But they're just small dollars, very small dollars. So we can budget something there.
He doesn't
And I
get a salary.
to Post everything else to one
I
line.
don't doubt you.
Instead of budgeting in one line and posting it to 5 different. And Bob, I can fix that. I can make adjustments. We can put all of that activity back to one line. That's easy to do. I can do that this week.
okay.
Can I bring up something else?
Yeah,
Well, two things actually. So, well, first of all, for the Duns here, it's clear that we're kind of redoing the books in town and putting everything in a new system. So it's a good opportunity to look at, which, general ledger, count or whatever each thing's coming from. But there's a couple other things that are kind of loose ends. Kurt and I quietly talked about this. One of them is the annual LRAP fund we get from the state. It's usually like 50, 60
Local
grand.
roads.
Yeah, it's support for local roads.
That goes right to his commitment.
Right. So that's a question. So if the state is giving us 60 grand for the specific purpose of local roads, shouldn't that be within reach of actually fixing local roads? As opposed to, I mean,
It shows up in the audit. I have seen it.
And that's important to know where that goes.
and it seems like if the state's giving you 60 grand to fix roads, we ought to use the 60 grand to fix roads. I don't know.
right, that's an extra, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has a
It's
necessary.
it's not technically a grant, what am I looking at?
It shows up in the
It
audit.
goes right to his commitment.
Okay, but what is the program getting from, say it's.
The program is a local road agreement and it's supposed to go towards the Belgrade Road and the North Road.
Wait,
That would be
no,
important.
no.
That was an agreement for,
Local road assistance.
we don't do
They're
anything.
not allowed to touch those roads.
Except for.
Then what roads do it go against?
Doesn't. Oh, that.
This is the first year we do not have to identify where it goes to.
Say,
Didn't you get that note? But this year, I think is the first year you don't have to,
I haven't seen that yet.
but we put it right towards commitment. We don't put it towards the roads. I don't know why.
You
I'm just
can't
wondering
do
if
that.
that's legally the way it's written from them.
I think that we had a bank on getting that money until we think there's not.
I mean,
I agree, but you either put it towards,
Get the money every year.
whichever way you put it, it's.
It's accounting. It all goes to where it goes.
because that means you could, in theory, raise the road maintenance line by 60,000.
I was gonna say, is it?
But not
Right.
with the taxpayers' money.
Right,
Right.
right. Like
So-
we could be spending more on roads
Listen, it's
without
covered.
raising taxes.
It's covered in the annual warrant article that we put in for the last 6 or 8 years to see if the town will authorize the select board to accept and expend funds from any federal, state, local, or private grant or revenue funds not listed in other articles. Wait, that's not the one about.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that is.
But on
So,
that, you could
But
say,
if it's,
for
if
example,
it's for roads, then it needs to go to roads.
But it's, how is it going to roads? Is it going into the general fund
Oh, that's the.
and then coming out of that, or is it going in
paying for
there?
that
It
either.
hasn't gone into roads
It
yet.
hasn't gone in at all.
Going to reduce taxes.
I know.
And
It's
that's my
not going
point is,
into roads and it should.
I don't think that it should be that way.
I don't either.
Nobody's talking about spending more money. It's just a
No.
matter, as long as we're fixing the books here.
It's where.
Let's take that into account.
Same thing, but for books, so the keeping the
Is
books.
that Carl or the shawl? All right.
What article is that?
That's the one. Except where Ben funds.
Yeah. So it's Article 23, Tyler.
Thank you.
That's reworded from how it used to be. They used to say they expend them for the purpose. I don't know if it's a separate article, but they screwed up that language.
Right, so that's 55,000 that we could,
Except Andy. Okay, that makes it
but
easier.
It shouldn't go towards general fund. It should go towards roads.
Well-
We have 50,000 to spend. Yes?
Kind of does.
it kind of does because
Well,
it's,
accept it and spend it for the purpose. Okay, that's all.
right, but I mean,
Either way, it's.
You get
The-
60 grand, you spend it on road. That was the purpose. Not saying you need to raise and spend more money. I'm just saying that 60 should go into their account.
Actually.
That doesn't mean that they spent 60 grand more.
That's right.
right, it's just offsetting.
It's part of the revenue that they're.
Right, and
Expend, it's not gonna
this-
increase.
This is the first year, I think this, correct me if I'm wrong, we've ever even looked at revenue in terms of offsetting our budget. So I sat through all last year, we didn't look at revenue.
Yes,
We
we
still
did.
don't have
Hasn't
revenue.
been-
We don't.
We always look at it.
No,
We didn't.
you don't.
Not in last year's budget.
Well, not with the budget committee.
We always look at to see what we're gonna forecast. Because we don't know from year to year how much the Lincoln Walton's gonna bring in and
Well,
how much taxes, excise
You
tax.
could.
You depend on it, then it's 60
You've
grand.
gotta look at.
You guys are over 400,000 over your anticipated incomes and revenues last year, and we don't have that information. And we don't have a
We
breakdown of that.
consistently underestimated revenues
400,000.
for years, Bob.
For years or what?
Well, how did we generate an undesignated fund balance in the millions?
$4 million.
The only way you do that is you either underestimate expenses or
Over budget.
or either over budget or underestimate revenue.
Well, I'm making a point.
I can pull it up
Yeah.
off the audit, I'm pretty sure. Give me a minute.
Bob, we have a. How do we generate an undesignated fund balance?
Some of it is intentional because you,
Money that doesn't get spent on different accounts each year. And over.
And you underestimate revenue and over budget expenses. There is some of that that is intentional.
Yes, because we collect taxes in the first time, we start collecting taxes is September, but the fiscal year starts
Right.
in July. We had this discussion, I think, a couple of weeks.
Intentionally.
Got school board, we've got the Kennebec County tax right in September, so we need
Right.
a big
Right.
chunk of funding.
Right, but that amount should relatively stay flat. Once you have the undesignated fund balance built up, it should relatively remain flat year to year.
Listen, I don't think you could totally get a handle on unexpected revenue.
Right.
Well, we have
You make
trends.
a good point, but like take FEMA, for example. We had a massive storm in October of 2017. Bean Road and other roads washed
Destroyed.
out terrible. It took like 3 or 4 years before FEMA reimbursed that. That was a, what, $300,000 windfall. Guess where that went? Boom, undesignated. So you can't be totally mad at,
No, I'm not.
long-term select board members for like
No, I'm
letting
not.
that thing grow.
I'm not saying
But it
I'm-
does happen. That's
Right.
the point.
But we're talking over 4 million.
Right, but if we're talking about.
431,000.
We need to do for the road budget.
Right.
If we
Yeah.
look at that 60,000, that's supposed to be designated for the roads, and it should be. It shouldn't, I
Right.
don't think it should go into the undesignated.
Fund
fund. It
balance.
should
We could
just-
do it this year.
And we know that
Coming year.
Well,
maybe ultimately it comes out of there anyway.
the other thing you could do with the LRAP is just leave their budget with what they're asking, which I think is reasonable. And assuming the LRAP comes in, it's totally up to the select board if they go ahead and expend that for this purpose that it was intended. So you could go the current later and say, guess what? Here's 60 grand extra. Go spend it on Sadie Dunn Road.
The other
I
option,
bet when you accept it, it says that you have to accept it for
Yeah.
the use. You can't just poof.
Never turn it down.
Well, you,
But
of
you have
course
to
you're not gonna
spend
turn
it,
it
but
down,
you
but they
didn't
want, it
spend-
says right there, local road assistance, 49,000, $57,020. And then we didn't spend 8,000 or we got an extra $8,020 that we didn't expect. It says local road assistance.
Some years they're pretty generous, some years they're tight.
But it says local road assistance is the whole point of this conversation. It's not
Absolutely.
wherever it goes.
so I guess what I would say, summarizing this, is that local assistance dollars is what we should be using for example, if you run over on your maintenance lines, like we've done this year. So that way
You
there,
have that. You can actually spend that without a special town meeting.
Right.
FYI.
that's what I think it should be used for, is it's your insurance on an overage. So you don't either have to go back to special town meeting or if you have an unexpected, culvert blows out somewhere, you've got 60,000 in reserve in addition to what you've already budgeted for.
Well, now we're 160,000 over, so do we need a town meeting?
The other thing about that, Tyler, is that is,
Up the-
where's that money
The,
gonna stay if they,
What's
so
the
that
name
they
of
can
that?
get it when they need it. 'cause
Fund
if it's
that's
in
available. for
undesignated.
roads.
Right, it's gotta go to
Guys
it.
could
It
decide,
would be
well, we need
Well,
it.
no, if it's an undesignated, it has to go to town meeting.
Can't remember the
Right.
name of
What it should go is it should go to
No, it's
capital.
not Gilman.
So,
And
and
that
I
should-
just want to make sure, if we're saying,
Clough
which we
fund.
should, because
Right.
their money.
Right.
money
What fund?
intended for the
Right.
roads,
You
and it
don't
should
know
be
about
where
that?
they can get that money if they need
Right.
it, not have to go to
Yeah.
a special town meeting and all.
Right. Bob, would it make sense to have that get dedicated to go to roads capital?
Yeah.
Instead of doing a dedicated allocation to roads capital every year, take the road assistance funds and use that as our road capital builder. Because then you can expend it without a special town meeting
And it goes.
and it builds up your road capital budget. Well, if it goes to undesignated
Tyler,
at the end of the year,
are you thinking about
It's not very
Bring the
transparent to the
capital.
town.
right, I
multiply
am saying.
60 or adding this as the buffer?
I'm saying instead of raising taxes to fund the capital appropriation of 50,000, you take whatever the local road assistance number is, plus your unspent funds and put that into capital.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like if you say you didn't expend all your sand and salt,
Not this year.
not this.
Not this year. We're in the hole.
Just in case it ever happens. What do you think? What are you thinking? You're thinking something.
But to your point, Tyler, yes, we need to know the revenues.
Right.
All the revenues,
What are
everything.
you thinking?
When
In
you're
in
budgeting.
capital though, doesn't that have to be something that's gonna last more than 10 years? As taking it out for capital?
Five.
It was
Five.
Five. So
five,
you
it
could,
was $5,000.
I mean, the goal with that capital account would be, in theory, I mean, it's all in theory, would be the Sadie Dunn project. We would build the capital up over 7 or 8 years. And then you've got 300 or 400,000 in capital. And instead of having to expend the construction budget on that, we know that we're gonna have that money built up. We don't have to, as soon as it's bidded and ready to go, you write the bid, select board votes on the bid, you expend the money out of capital. It doesn't have to go to town meeting. It doesn't have to go through, we don't have to worry about the fiscal year cycle. It's there in capital and can be expensed when it's needed.
But 90% of the money that's in capital came from FEMA.
Yeah.
And it should have been spent on roads already.
Right, and what I'm saying is going forward, we also spend $50,000 a year in roads capital. We raise taxes, $50,000 and put that into roads capital. Instead of raising that money from taxes, take that road, the assistance for the North Road and the Belgrade Road, and put that into capital.
So it really reduces what you're asking the town
Town,
to pay by $50,000.
$1,000.
And it tracks it.
And it tracks it. We know it's this year, we know, and
I like
we
that
can
better.
trend.
And you can get.
I like that better than just going into the general fund.
Right, and I think
Yeah.
that should be the same with FEMA reimbursements. So
But
that would,
as far as the FEMA reimbursements, I don't understand why it didn't get put back into the account that it was taken out of and spent. Because when you got that money, you had to stop doing other projects for
Right.
2 years.
if it's in capital, then that's where so we've lost $300,000 because of a major storm. 3 years later, that money comes back into capital. Now you have $300,000 in capital, you write an RFP for the work that you need to do, a major project. And use that year's allocation of your regular road budget to do more maintenance. You can offset the two. So instead of every year we spend 300,000 on construction, we build up a capital fund, use that for major construction and spend more money on a regular cycle doing maintenance.
The only problem I see with that, it's the only revenue that you're putting in there is the 60,000 from Bell Route.
Right.
So you're gonna be a long time building that up before you go pave a whole road.
Very true. But
I
in
mean, the only
practice,
reason you've got that much money in there right now is from FEMA.
Right.
And FEMA stated that it was supposed to be spent
what money do we have?
in 2017.
But FEMA's not the same, that's not the same as the local.
No, it's
No.
different.
So
What
that
FEMA money?
60,000.
Right. The FEMA, I think, is a larger
Yeah,
conversation. I think when it comes in, immediately put it into capital, and then you can expense a project there as soon as that money comes in.
But when you say that, it hasn't been done since then. You received that money in
well,
2019.
Right.
This is 26 and we still haven't got any money.
Right, what I'm saying
We
is
still don't even know where
going,
the money
forward,
is.
there is a better way to do this. Right. Right,
So-
there is a structure, I'm agreeing, Kurt, there is a structural problem here. I'm saying the way to fix it is all of these revenues, FEMA, all that, when it comes in, it goes right into roads capital. And then if there's maintenance that got deferred because of a weather event, or because we got grant funding, or whatever, it's there and it can be expensed on road maintenance as soon as those funds are deposited, pending the next select board meeting.
If
So it's
it's
really
not
just
got dibs on
And if it
on another project, right? Like it wasn't tagged
Right.
that it has to go on
So,
the
like,
project.
we spent 300,000 on a FEMA project. We've already spent that money. The FEMA money reimburses ourselves into capital. the projects that we deferred,
Because we did that.
because we did that, we then expense out of capital
Okay, so going forward, but.
going
So
forward.
moving.
But to
forward.
Kurt's point, where'd the money go in 2019?
See. Anyway, so,
That's roads.
so just. one last question.
It sounds to me, we paid ourselves back because Paul just made a comment that we had to use our own money up front because it took 3 years for FEMA to pay us. So when it came in, we had already spent our money. Is that correct, Paul?
I think
Right.
that's-
Right.
Okay, but
So, cause
Kurt's
that's
looking
local, I
for
don't know
it.
what the letters are, the whole local for the road that you use, but is that every year?
Yeah.
We get money for that, so that every year when we get that money, it would go into the capital fund. For the roads, right?
Yeah.
So far every year.
What's the net, what's
They can
the,
stop.
what's
Most
the,
roads.
It's not the same amount of money every year. though.
right, but that
But
money, what?
You typically get something from LRAP.
Yeah.
56.
That's what.
Yeah.
It's local road improvement. Or something along those lines.
I'll write that down.
So Tyler, I think that was a good summary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that,
Yeah.
and then we'll just wait on because if that's our big construction project for the year, once we have estimates, we plug it in and we go with that.
Does that work for you guys?
And
Oh.
that'll give Dorcas
The
some
only-
time to
The only way that,
Yeah.
look at that in the other side.
the only way that would differ is if there was such an urgent emergency, the town had to have a special town
Town meeting.
meeting or whatever and raise that fund, but it's all paperwork and it's up to the select board, but generally speaking, it should work.
Right.
You
And I-
spend the money, you get behind on projects, you eventually get the FEMA money, put it into the capital and, it shouldn't really cost taxpayers more,
Right.
but at least these guys don't lose 300 grand.
Right.
Take
We're
10 years
we're
to
not
catch
putting
up.
ourselves behind $300,000. I mean.
Yeah.
It just it's deferred, but it's there and it can be done.
I wasn't so much concerned about the money, more that there was 3 years worth of projects that didn't get done.
Right.
So it pushed us back.
Right.
So instead of moving forward, we're still sitting there treading water and we're not getting any roads fixed.
Then I guess there's $1 million question. Factor out that deferred maintenance and what does that cost?
I don't know what you just said.
So we are, because of the 2017 storm that put us 3 years behind. We're expending like we're not behind.
Yes.
What does it cost to catch up?
That would be the priorities list then, correct?
That would be a priorities list. That'd be an engineering study.
Yeah.
To come in and,
Do we need an engineer, Lee?
At
I don't know.
minimum, it would cost 400,000 or 300 and something.
well, no, I was saying like have a engineer come in and give us a report on all of our roads.
Well, we've done.
That's
that.
what we're gonna do. Lee and I are gonna
We've
drive
done
around.
that.
I'm gonna put it in the
Last
computer.
year, that guy from the
Couple years
state
ago.
came and went around with all of you, went all around with you, right?
Well, a little bit.
That was kind of just to teach them how to run
Volunteering
that
you.
program, if I'm correct.
They- I thought you guys went to all the roads. I thought this was, because we've got that notebook of all of the roads that were,
He just taught us how to do it. Then
Okay.
it took off.
But all that data needs to be put in the computer. We don't need, I
Right, and-
don't think we need the engineer. We need to put the data in the
Well, we
computer.
need somebody to
Did-
interpret it,
Well,
it-
we got
We got
Lee
data
and
in
we
the
got,
computer.
well, we
got Lee
don't,
and
we only
Kurt.
have the road surface data. We don't
right,
have
we
the,
don't have the
But
rest
Kurt said he
of it.
has the culvert stuff to update
Yeah,
it.
right,
you
the
need
culvert
to
work
be
that
there.
we've done.
We can update the culvert work that we already did,
Right, but
so that it's in that.
And we can
computer.
put the following lists and there should be a master culvert list.
All right, so we done with this?
I think we're done with roads for now. We're just waiting on the one project. I think we need to have a larger conversation about. And I think it means getting that software online and making that a priority. And if
So
the,
who can do that?
But the
and who can do
problem-
That and what's the,
I get it, but the software is just, it's road surface. It's the engineer that could tell us that when this culvert's gonna fail or.
We,
when-
we got these guys. We don't need an engineer.
Well, that's
information.
that's what I'm saying, Karen. I'm saying,
Generally, but-
maybe we don't need an engineer, but we need more than Tom and Bob driving
Right.
on these
That's
roads.
what
I
and saying,
agree. There's
Maybe
data to
needs
be
come
added.
into That program.
Yes.
That's what we need, is
Yeah.
that information on the culverts and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
It's not in the program, so.
And there is a
Think about
cost
it.
to doing that.
Well, go to Marana Cook and we get an intern that does data entry.
Not for this.
It's better than nothing.
What I'm saying is going to the town and saying there's a cost to put this data in, here's what it costs.
Okay, I'll go
wanna-
with that.
Do you want to pay somebody to do it?
So
Be-
could we know the, folks that we currently have can do it? Or we don't want to pay them extra, or I don't know, I mean.
We got transfer station extra money. There's all kinds of extra money that's from
Right,
like
but
this
you have
past
to
year.
Gonna have some.
Budget for it
Yeah.
and pay somebody to do it. And I don't think there has been we've done it via volunteers and we haven't produced a product. So if you want to get it done and get it done fast, you pay somebody to do it and it gets
I'm
done.
not disagreeing. It needs to get done. It's $1 million budget and we're
Budgeting
fluffing in
blind.
the air. Yes.
Right. So what I'm saying is let's put a quote together to put all of the data in.
Could we get help
I think
from
that's-
Lee and Kurt with what they have in their
Right.
past?
I think that's a great warrant
I'm gonna
question.
know just the information
Ask
from
the
them.
taxpayers whether or not they
Right.
fund that.
But I'm saying there's a lot of data
Either,
that
either back
needs
or
to-
they wouldn't.
Yeah. What are you doing?
putting the rest of the data in and generating a report out of that software that we're underutilizing.
I can generate a report right now.
But Bob, you've said there's missing data.
All you have is road
You can't
surface.
generate the report until you have all the data put.
Just needs to be completed with some of the other information that these guys have. that's
Culverts.
Not in there yet.
Culvert.
All the soft,
Ditches.
the surface area is all set. The gravel roads and the paved roads are all,
All roads are.
yeah. Yeah,
In that program,
I
Bob,
can
does it do
develop-
the
I can-
ditches?
I can get a
Ditching.
copy of the map.
Yeah, but
It's
what-
in color, so I have to do it on a color machine.
No, you can do it in gray.
So all of that information is already on that
Yeah,
program?
but I'd like to get a big
Yeah.
map, not a.
Right.
That's all I can get.
So,
Yeah.
but I think what we need to do is look at what is actually
Right.
there and then decide if we need somebody to do the rest of the data or if we have what we need
Hold
and then
your
move from
horses.
there.
Either way, I think it's up to the select board and if gonna be money spent, then that's a different question, so. If you
Look,
guys do
let
it,
me
you
show
do it.
you what I have.
Budget, it's all of, it's the entire town's problem. This isn't a $3 budget.
Which is why we need to see what we've got and how to move forward from there.
Yes,
We
please.
can't do anything and we don't know what we're dealing with.
So. Transfer station.
Excuse me. one
Thank
second.
you.
Stay for transfers.
Hey, Paul.
Thank you so much for coming and for all the research. It's really important. And for keeping the Northfield so good.
Sit down.
So I don't know. Then I see a snowflake. But I feel safe now, so thank you. Have a good one, don't stay up all night.
Trust station. They get all this. No, I know. That's why Dorcas, I got a spot for you right here. Nice warm chair.
Okay, now I gotta get more information.
Yeah.
Nice
This
warm,
one.
hot, hard
This
metal
is
chair.
the little
Thank
one.
you, Lee and Kurt.
I had it.
Thank you.
Those
Thanks
numbers.
again for all your work, Bob. Oh, it's on the hot.
Which one?
Transfer sta- I just sent out a screenshot that was
Oh, you
kind of
just-
based off of expenses year to date.
Give me a minute.
So you're fine.
Did you say you just sent it?
I sent it this morning,
Oh,
Like
okay.
this morning.
this morning while I had
We're
downtime,
busy.
Well, I
I'm
had-
just very busy.
while I had a little bit of downtime.
Updated spreadsheet?
No,
Okay.
it should have just,
No, it's just a screenshot.
it's just a screenshot because the spreadsheet I was working in, I was playing with some numbers and
This one.
And of course, none of my information saved, so, well, I guess we'll redo the numbers kind of together, but that was my initial. No, I have my screenshot. I just didn't save it into my spreadsheet, so I have to retype all the numbers. Okay. Transfer station. Okay. Right here. That's the SD. Definitely. Okay. So. I guess we'll start with, we'll come back to pay, because I think that's the line that. If you make a change. Right now, we have over budgeted payroll,
Current year.
current year.
How
Yes.
do you know?
Well, some of that's because I haven't gone back, and I don't know how much without looking, so I haven't gone back and pulled out.
Oops.
Sorry. I need to adjust. Megan really close. Sorry. Okay, I need to adjust some of Megan's time that wasn't posted to the proper cleaning jobs. I've started posting it correctly, I think in December, but I haven't had a chance to go back and adjust amounts that were posted to transfer station that really weren't that
So-
expensive.
But we're
But
still
that
under
means transfer
budget.
station is more over budgeted?
Under.
No, I'm tired. I've had-
So there's more money expensed against transfer station salaries than should be.
Yes, I need to make some adjustments to reduce what's posted there.
But so we had that's good.
That's good.
3,000. I think
Yes,
we
My
had,
argument,
we had like
Oh.
3,000 hours, I think, for. and we had only-
3,100 hours.
We had only spent like 2,000 hours, but now we've actually spent, say,
Well, I'm gonna just
1,800.
$1.
But that was the easy one.
Right.
Yeah.
And now all my papers.
I-
Okay, so that is, let me just match some stuff. Electricity, that's heat, that's phone. That is. That out.
So
Too
the
much
numbers in
paper.
front of us, are those the correct numbers? Are they too low? Are they too high?
They're too high
They're too high.
for our current hours of operation.
Which one are you looking at? Just your screenshot one?
Yeah, just a screenshot. So
Is
this,
that what you're looking at, Paul?
yeah, here, I'm trying to,
Okay.
because I haven't put the updated numbers in, I'm gonna just pull from January.
Tyler, everything's on that worksheet I sent out yesterday.
Right, I just haven't copy and pasted it into the presentation bundle.
Okay.
Give me a second, I can grab it from.
Well, anyways, where are we going with that? Tyler?
Well, we can leave it flat while we work through increasing the hours at the transfer station. So that way there, as soon as there is a workable plan that's agreed to, you can just increase the hours and you don't have to wait another fiscal year.
So what is your proposal there?
Well, I don't have that part.
I think we
Or
just skip
are you
it right
talking
now. 'Cause we
about?
don't know that number. We don't know.
What's wrong with the hours? I guess.
There's
that's-
not enough.
Oh, there's not? I go up there and there's nobody in line.
He wants to ask for
I agree with
all
you.
day Wednesday. I mean.
All day Saturday.
All day Saturday. I go up there and there's nobody there. Why would we need more hours?
Because a lot of working people in this town have complained that they
Yeah.
can only go on the weekends.
Yeah. They used to complain for the same purpose. Oh my God, I can't register my car except for certain hours. Have you ever lived in any town where, city hall's open at midnight? I mean, yes, 2 or 3 people complain about anything. You can't satisfy everybody.
So the
at the
working
expense of
people
everybody.
like the hours right now, because they can do what they need to do
Yeah.
on Saturday morning and be done with it.
I think one of the things to think about is staffing. And a lot of times jobs like this, it's not the person's only job. So sometimes it's difficult if you put some random shifts in there. So if they have a second or a third job, it could be challenging staffing, frankly.
I think I think the feedback that we had heard at one of the meetings was, the staff currently, they work every Saturday and every Sunday, so they have no opportunity, I'm gonna say, to go to their kids or grandkids' events or whatever, so they were trying to pick up an extra shift for themselves or switch it. And I know there's been a lot of conversation about a different schedule for the transfer station. Point being, we have the money budgeted currently that we've underutilized. So instead of cutting it right now, leave it until we get feedback from the people on what they wanted for the hours. So-
Otherwise you can cut the salary line pretty substantially. Because we're over halfway through the year and we've expensed way under half the budget.
Well, there's an idea.
But we
We
don't
get
have
back here.
feedback from
Why
the
would we do a
people
schedule?
yet.
Why would we do a schedule of the number of hours each person works times their rate and just figure it out?
Right.
And then maybe put a little extra in there.
Well,
That's the
But
way it
that's-
was, but. they-
yeah. And if
their
the people who
percentage
work,
of-
they actually worked every shift. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying we don't always have
You
three
budget
people.
what They work every shift.
So that's
Right.
easy to calculate then.
So
Right.
if you had an employee who actually did work every shift, and again, I'm not complaining about anybody not working a shift, but I'm just saying if they worked every available shift, you probably wouldn't have such a big over, you know,
But then
you
don't
wouldn't
Need to.
underage or whatever.
I think, I think it's important to hear from the people that we're talking about. And I know that the
I
dump
agree.
committee has talked about this. And there's been mixed messages from the people that work at the transfer station. So I just think it's really important to hear from
Right, here it is.
the people that we're
So
talking about.
as of the 26th, we've expensed, and this is unadjusted, $29,132 in payroll. We have budgeted 63,933 with FICA. That leaves a balance
But
of
wait, they're gonna start opening Wednesdays. So you-
1 month. It's
It's only
June.
Yeah.
It's only.
I don't
June.
think you're real far over. Honestly, if all three employees, because you know, you've had people who've been sick and so forth. If all three employees worked all the available shifts, you're not over. I wouldn't cut it
I
personally.
don't know where you're coming up with 60,000.
That's what the
That's
budget
what
line
the
is.
budget, that line is 63,000 in the
Yeah, the budget line for
meeting salary.
wages. The first
It is, it's there.
63,993.
Like there is the second line.
It's not on the warrant. It's on last year's budget.
No, we put it in.
No, it's under transfer.
It's under
station.
transfer station right here.
So Wednesdays, usually only two people work. It's not busy enough,
All summer.
even summer.
Yeah.
I would,
think the hours are fine.
I would like to see us get another person to rotate so that people can have a day off, but I don't
That's not a
really.
bad idea.
And I wonder whether we shouldn't do a survey to see whether people think that we should have other hours.
We did. We just sent it out on the comprehensive plan meeting and there's feedback on transfer station on there. So if anybody's listening, please fill that out.
So it will be on that.
It's on there.
Okay.
Did you fill yours
I want to
out?
approve it. There's not a,
There was a question, there was a place, there was a blank. Remember
Yeah.
we left it
yeah.
for feedback? And there's room to do that, Carl, in the budget is what we're trying to say.
Yeah,
There's
I just don't want to spend
Yeah.
money if we don't need it.
Right. So I
If
think,
you've heard me, I agree.
I agree with you, Carl. I think it would be prudent to look to see if we can get other people, but then would that mean cutting back the hours of the people that are currently there?
I
If they,
think-
No. I
so
don't
that
think
would
so.
mean we'd have to add hours to the dump.
I don't
mean, the
think you'd have to
transfer
do that.
station
I
would be-
think you'd bring that other person on just as a fill-in person and they
Okay.
recognize that it's that way.
So
So-
we budgeted for two attendants for 2,000 hours for a total of 35,433. And then a transfer station manager, 1,100 hours for 23,149 plus FICA.
I have it, last year's budget.
Okay.
No. no, we don't.
And then if you scroll down to
Okay.
transfer station
That's.
salary and wages, transfer station, 63,932 plus another 3,900 in FICA.
Says 48.
So what I'm saying is your year to
48.
date, if you look at what we expensed for payroll in July, it was only 35,000 or 3,500. And that is when you have, that payroll amount should be functionally similar to June. Because it has the same hours in June.
Either way, I wouldn't reduce it. Again,
Yeah.
you had employees who were on sick leave and that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Average
I,
1,500 a month, a week, a payroll. So 3,000 a month.
I think I'd leave it.
we're over halfway through the year and we haven't spent half the budget.
Does that mean we didn't budget properly last year?
Right, I'm
Yeah.
saying we over budgeted last year.
Right.
We don't need to expense
Right.
3,000.
I don't know if I agree with that. Again, you had employees. We can't talk about, you guys can't talk about employee names, but I'm just saying there was employees who were out sick for multiple weeks.
But we have payroll records.
You didn't pay
So-
them because they're hourly.
Paul, you still wouldn't be, you still would have expensed closer to half the budget in December. We're in February and we haven't.
So-
Well, if you're comfortable having a special town meeting next year, fine. I don't care. I'll come to it.
So isn't it pretty straightforward just to figure out what this hourly rate is?
Why don't we just do
Yeah,
a schedule
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
employees times the hours.
Right.
That's what it was.
Factor in some
Okay.
extra.
Right, but I don't
Yeah.
think 1,000 was too many hours factor.
Just,
Yeah, why not?
I think feedback from the employees and the comfort in the town would be good.
Thursday night at 6.
you
So
do?
there you go.
Next,
Well,
next Thursday, not this coming.
and how would you like me to attend that when I have firemen's meetings on Thursday?
Oh,
Well, then.
I'll go.
Back to
When
you.
is it?
Not
Just
this-
Thursday.
Not
Next
this
Thursday?
Next Thursday.
not this.
What's that date?
You can go
Oh, for
We'll
an
go.
extra person?
next Thursday.
For town.
Oh, yeah.
Florida.
That's the.
I will also add that we know we have
it's
more
about
expenses in
6,000
here
other things.
than should be in this line.
It's Thursday, the 12th.
So
right?
Tyler, do you agree with Dorcas's?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that we need to do that now, because I am sure there is an over budgeting here.
Okay.
So I'd be happy to prepare a schedule. It'd probably take me no more than an hour, if that, if just employees, number of employees, hours, rate.
I think we can do it right now.
Yeah.
Or let her do it. Just let her do it on her time. I
I
think.
mean, you could do it right now.
We can, we can skip that piece right now. We're skipping the road piece of the 370. Like, we don't have the immediate answer. And I think the feedback from the employees and the feedback from the town by looking at the survey is important. Cause we're making up rules with nobody's input.
The only thing is with that comprehensive plan survey, it's not going to be back until.
But
the
we have
first of
some.
And you probably have another month that
the
it's going to be
first of
open.
April.
Given that we just sent out the out of town people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should give it
Surveys
a month
today.
Before
We
you,
figured we'd give it
But we have
another
some.
month. So is that going to be?
it's only in town resident.
Some. We have some we have some feedback on, I haven't seen it. I'm sure there's some feedback on transfer station hours in there. If not, I'll happy to put a post up and ask. Anyway, Dorcas can do it in an hour, if not tonight.
Has there been a survey about the hours?
Yeah, we did one,
Yeah, but that was pretty informal, wasn't it?
very informal.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do something more formal if we're going to do this.
And we should.
Yeah, I think we should.
It's very hard to, that's why I did it one-on-one. I grabbed someone, I asked them, wrote it down. That's really good because you get them. If you put something in the mail, right?
I
How many
agree.
you gonna
Yeah.
get?
Yep.
At 95.
We've put it out in 5 different,
We're at 95.
95. We had more than the last comprehensive plan already.
but we have it out on paper, we have it on QR code, we have it on
Right.
the website, we have it on Facebook, we have it in the
We've been
mail.
pushing it pretty strongly.
Right. But for what the service is, that everyone in town uses it.
Not everybody is. There's all kinds of dumpsters all over town. I don't get it personally. Why would you rent a dumpster when you can like drive a mile to the dump? But whatever.
DHS provides them for certain people in town sometimes.
Yeah.
Really?
And Camp Laurel,
I'm gonna
we
leave it
don't
alone.
have the processing facilities to handle Camp Laurel.
Well, that's a whole different topic. But they are the biggest taxpayer in town.
Right.
And don't we reimburse them for
We reimburse them.
The-
They used
the
to bring
tran-
all their trash in the eighties
Yeah.
to the, you know, whatever. You know the story.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we just-
So are we
Put
gonna,
it on hold.
are we gonna hold this and then Dorcas will have plenty of time
Yeah.
to calculate?
So
the-
would the computation be 3.5 hours Saturday and Sunday? Times Megan's
Cool.
rate?
4 hours Saturday and Sunday. They open at 8.
Yeah,
They would-
the attendants are there by
it-
8. Yeah.
Yeah, they're there, but we
Yeah.
can't
And
come in.
then, how many, I'd have to figure out how many.
Wednesday is 3 to 6.
Okay.
And then that's only
Real day to Labor Day.
Memorial Day to Labor Day. It used to be all the way to Columbus.
No,
Day.
it's Labor Day now.
Yeah, that surprised me this year.
Oh, yeah, I.
They got
yeah,
backed up the
whoops,
truck.
exactly.
Yeah, right. That's why I'm saying
Come in and do all
Yep.
of that stuff. So you gotta give
they've
her.
cut back.
And bring the cash to the town office and things like that.
What we're
For
saying,
Management stuff.
Megan comes in maybe 2-3 hours a week, clean up the shack.
Yeah, that's
She
true.
moves
That's one
stuff
of my-
around. She lets people in, like, I think they're up there grinding now, the brush.
Yeah, so that you
Everybody
definitely
hear
gotta
that? They're
account for
grinding
those
the
hours.
brush.
Can you keep Dorcas up
Uh,
to date on that?
Chipping it. So you gotta add some more hours in for that.
Okay.
Can we just pull our pay? Would it be easier just to pull our payroll for this year?
It's right here.
And
No, because I haven't reclassified those hours. I've got.
Oh, some are going down.
Yeah, again, I wouldn't do that because if people are out on sick leave or this or that, it
they're
skews.
still
it.
getting paid because they have earned time.
She just
No.
hasn't put it in the right
It has-
category yet.
It
Give her
doesn't
some
really
time.
impact anything. I mean, they, you know, for a 40-hour week, they get, what is it?
An hour.
An hour. I mean, it's not going to skew the calculation. I'm just saying we should calculate out what we expect people to work, not the actuals for last year. Because it might be different people with different circumstances. You can't budget for the individuals, you budget for the position.
I think that's what
Right.
Dorcas is doing.
Right, that's what she's gonna do.
And they are agreeable to having an extra person. That they could rely on.
Right,
would
but
come
that
in.
means they're going to work less hours.
That's what I
Right.
just said, yeah.
But that would be the case.
Right.
Right.
If
Right.
they
So,
wanna
but your
go-
payroll, if you add another person, your payroll
Well-
number is not gonna change.
Yeah, you payroll, yeah, that's right.
Right, right.
So like,
And if she has to go,
So
say,
it
to
can
a
still-
soccer game.
Positions
She could
rather
do-
than people.
So, yeah.
The
Right.
supervisor and
Right.
two.
I mean, I think you won't have as many situations where there's 2 people instead of 3.
Then Bob doesn't have to help.
You're not
I've
insured.
been
to
there,
have-
I know about that.
You're not,
Bob,
you don't have
You
insurance.
get to see your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fuck everybody.
All right, Tyler, you happy?
Tyler, I
Okay,
have a
what's
question
next?
On the contracted equipment line, I don't know that it says that, but it's is it 22,500?
yeah,
And in.
What is that?
the missed one, right?
Yeah, what is?
Is that compact?
Miscellaneous department expense?
Yeah, contractor equipment is 18,000 of it.
Oh, is that Lee
So-
doing work up in there, like moving
I don't know
the,
what that means.
I don't
No,
know what
That's
it,
from, that's from Carrie's
18,000.
worksheet, that's the description, so.
maybe that's Lee like adjusting the brush pile and all that.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
took
mean,
Carrie's,
me just say-
took the total warrant amount of whatever it is, 200 something, and then used Carrie's worksheets to split it out the way she had it listed.
That's your station.
yeah,
I don't see it. You don't have it.
Yep.
right, cause that's the thing, I couldn't find the,
Right here. 020210.
I mean, you know, Lee does do work
cause you
there.
have so on Carrie's budget, you have transfer station utilities. The allocation to Camp Laurel,
Which is miscellaneous two.
which is
correct?
two,
Miscellaneous
you actually
two.
can't cut, that one you can't.
Cannot cut that, but it needs a number.
18.
So
Give
it's
you a number.
6425.
Right,
You can leave that one, that
that'll
one.
stay the same.
Yep,
That's.
Right?
Yeah, so that
Right.
number down here is gonna be different.
Yep.
So then 195.87.
yep.
The 6425 depends on the contract from Waste Management, which we haven't.
No, that's what we pay Camp Laurel
Are you saying?
for them having to bring a dumpster in.
I know,
So
but
we don't have to dispose. of it.
we don't know what
Oh,
their
okay.
dumpster rate is. We don't know what increase it was because everything else increases. 6425 was,
Those gloves.
that was last year's budget number.
Has Camp Laurel given us a new number or are they asking for it to be flat?
No idea.
So you can't put that number in.
What's the,
The 6,000 that we give to Camp Laurel.
Less than $425.
I don't see that.
It's blank.
We haven't sent them.
Anything? Good. Next. You sure we don't? I think that comes right directly from Waste Management, doesn't it?
Well, it's in there from last year.
I'm assuming the dumpster cost goes up, but I don't know because I just got the
JV
contract.
Cog has it as waste, electronics.
I thought it was a bill that just came from Waste Management, but I can check.
That would be good. Oh.
So
Check.
are there other funds for snow plowing and, grading the area that are
Well,
captured?
I think the grading
That's
is
off
part of that
road.
last
Okay.
miscellaneous 22.5. I mean, Lee goes in there and patches, he moves the brush pile. He does work in there. He doesn't do that for free, of
Yeah,
course.
he does.
It's got to be in one of those line items.
He does it for free.
No, he doesn't.
That's,
No, he doesn't. Carl, the snow plowing is on,
We used to pay.
the 14,500. It's on.
It's on the town operating
Yeah, it's
budget.
on there.
when he's grubbing around up there with piles, he'll run down and if he sees the pile high, he'll go down and push it down.
All right, well, that's all.
I thought we were getting bills for $300 a whack for the
No, that was for the
dumpster.
dumpster that we never got.
All right, so if he's not doing that, what's his 22,000?
Yeah,
So I think the question.
part of it is the $18,000 contracted services line.
That's,
In that 22,000.
Right.
What is that? So what's the contracted
But
services?
the only thing that we've expensed out of that this year. The supply line that we put 18,000.
Wait, is that like the e-waste guy and the tire guy and all that?
it's only 600.
So where's the other? Contracted services line?
It's all in.
Contractor equipment transfer station, that's
Oh, two.
budget schedule.
Contractor equipment.
You know what that is? That's to have bins compacted.
Yeah,
That 18,000 is to have the bins.
no, it was never that high.
There's no 18,000.
No, but there's
That's what
22.
that's what was in
20
Gary's budget last year. was
22.5.
18,000.
Listed in the sheet that he sent out,
Yeah.
miscellaneous, it says, that's all.
How much?
22,500. What about the e-waste and the tire pickup and things like that?
That's all in the Waste Management line.
No, they don't
Nope.
take that.
We have
Yeah.
some.
It's all in the waste disposal
It's
number.
all
though?
under that contract line.
Contract
Okay,
services.
so it's part of the
If you're
122.
willing to break it down, I can do it.
I do. I want breakdowns for everything, line by line, by line by line.
02, 40, 39.
Not up in the air,
that's
Bob. Can't be up
BDS
in the air.
Waste, that's the tires. Echo Main,
Do we have that? No.
Waste Management,
Bob,
there's Lee. He did charge us a couple of times.
Huh. Do we have?
could
Torino,
the rest of the committee have these?
I don't know, maybe.
We can't make decisions about the budget with no numbers.
Aren't we also joining another organization so that we have our refrigerant
Yes.
dealt with? Is that?
yes. That will be another,
That KV cog has.
another charge.
Yeah.
How much? $10?
She said Katie
Katie
Cog,
Cog.
something.
Well, yeah, if somebody brings any device that has a has a compressor in it, you have to take the Freon out before you can get rid of it. Otherwise, there are substantial penalties.
So would someone come in and do that?
So
Yeah.
what people are.
We charge for $15, but we're not doing the refrigerant removal.
We haven't, so now we are, and people, what they do is they leave their window air conditioners up at the shed.
Or their dehumidifiers or their heat pumps.
But I mean, are we paying someone to come do that or?
That's what we need to do,
need
yes.
to do?
We
Is that
just
15
got a contract.
It should cover it. I think this new organization that we're proposing to join is charges $10 a pop.
That's great.
They come, when they.
So that 22.5 is a merging of the
Pardon?
contractor equipment $18,000 line that was approved on the warrant and the transfer station supplies line.
What is the contract equipment?
I believe that was to have the bulky bin compacted so that,
It says
Yep.
brush
They cut, just cross them.
and dump, placement of the new dumpster.
How about the brush?
1,000 on brush and
Tipping.
2,000 on placement of the new dumpster. So
not
that
under that.
18,000
Well,
doesn't.
we did,
nothing
we
on
did
that's
last,
the one from
last year, we did talk about getting another bulky dumpster.
We wrote an RFP in July.
We had two dump bulkies.
Yeah.
We wrote an RFP in July to have somebody bring an excavator in and compact that. We had budgeted $18,000 for it
Yep.
on both the warrant and in the budget document from
No,
last
we
year.
did on it.
Right.
we have a
So we
credit?
don't need to budget that 18,000 again this year.
We didn't budget.
Yes, we did, Bob. On our budget from last year, the transfer station total budget was $244,000. On the warrant, it's $244,000. On that breakdown, $4,500 of it was just transfer station. 40, right, 224,000, 599.87. Transfer station, 4,500. Transfer station utilities, 4,260. Transfer station Camp Laurel, 6,525. Transfer station waste, 122,526.55. Salary and wages transfer station, 63,992.87. FICA transfer station share TS, 39.67. Medicare, 972.90. Contractor equipment transfer station, 18,000.
Tyler, some of those things you read off, like Camp Laurel,
Yeah.
for example, aren't on the version of the sheet. that
Right,
we
that
have,
sh-
So it must be in one of those lines.
Yeah.
Right, because it's under here, it's a missed expense.
Yeah.
That's 64.25, that's Camp Laurel.
But that was last year's number and we don't
Right.
have a correct new one this year.
So back to the contracted services. You're saying that 18,000 was the thing to squish down
The bin that we never got
It
bid.
never happened.
I don't
So I-
remember it being that high.
No, it wasn't. It was more like $180 a weekend or $128.
So then so then we can cut the 18,000 back out.
I don't know.
You don't know what it was for?
Camp Laurel in there and other.
No, that's a
No,
different
that's a
line.
different line.
That's the blank one on
That
the one you're
missed-
looking at.
That's MISC 2 was Camp Laurel.
Oh.
MISC 1 is the supplies plus that contracted services. There's a 4,500 plus the 18,000
I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
on the budget.
It would be good to know.
What about the paint care thing? Did we have to pay anything for that?
That came out of our regular waste disposals.
It
And-
was
and we-
1886. And apparently we split that with Reed Field. Is that correct?
Yes.
Would the transfer station committee that you mentioned have any more insight on this budget? No?
They might,
Why not?
they might.
Have access to all of this stuff.
Well, neither do we.
What about-
Somebody should.
What about Megan? Would she have any input?
You don't share this with them?
They don't ask for it. They're more working towards, how can they reduce costs there? How can they make things work better? Operation. You know, we looked at, how we can operate that, compactor better. So that we don't have to make as many runs.
But that's
and
all-
Not that we should have heaters on those compactors in the winter. They don't work correctly if we don't have heaters on them.
But that is, a lot of it is about budgeting, because, you know, all the things you talked about was about the budgets that they
We
have
need to
to.
have that in here.
Yeah, we do.
2,000 for the heaters.
Yeah, we got proposal or quotes for upgrades to the compactors where we added heaters to each of the compactors. There was a couple
Yeah.
other things that, well, just regular maintenance in terms of replacing the hydraulic fluid, things like that.
We were looking at going to a larger compactor. But then we decided that we really didn't have to if we go with some changes. And that would be the heaters, maybe changing the oil.
We looked at
Other
getting
things.
another
Other things.
compactor, but we
Yeah.
have decided that probably isn't the right time.
what does the heater do? Or what are you
To keep
heating?
the hydraulic fluid
Okay.
warm.
Yeah, the oil.
We've had situations in the past where the hydraulic fluid was so gelled in the winter, in the very cold, that it wouldn't operate.
Is there not, completely different, but like on a diesel tractor, you put in that 911 stuff or whatever. Is there something like that? for
Yeah,
hydraulic?
for combustion engine, that's the
Well, you could-
great, but you can't do it in hydraulic fluid.
That's what I'm saying. Is there a similar product? perhaps?
It's a sealed system.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
put in a lighter weight oil, but then you've got to swap it out and it's 25 gallons of hydraulic fluid.
It's messy.
Yeah.
So the heater should take. care of
Okay, I was
Yeah,
just
there
curious.
was
I didn't
actually
know
one
that.
weekend recently. I was surprised they were open.
Yeah.
It was like 15 below and she's like, yeah, they're working.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
went up
"Okay."
early and ran the
I
compressor
see.
a couple of times without
Yeah.
loads on them.
I
So
see.
this needs a maintenance line is what you're saying?
Yeah.
We don't have a maintenance
I think
line.
that upgrade.
We don't have
needs
a
to happen
budget.
For sure.
Mhm.
So it may be that, Tyler, that
I don't disagree.
We may not have to add anything to it.
if you leave the budget the way it is, it sounds like you have enough room
I think
to
so.
do those improvements.
I think
Let's-
we don't have enough
Let's
information
get
to
the
make that
quotes
decision.
so everybody can see the quotes and go from there.
There's just no data to make.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, we can't just say, yeah, it's great. You need the,
Well, you can at least get the improvement quotes or.
Yeah.
Right, I
Get some of
don't
those
disagree with that.
But-
And I agree that I think that's a maintenance line that's probably needs to be added, because we don't have a maintenance line built.
Right.
But it still goes back to what are we doing with that 18,000
Right.
that we budgeted for?
Mm.
That was, I don't know, honestly.
Right.
It's in these sheets.
it's not.
Is that what you mean?
No.
What did we do with the money?
What did we budget it for last year? We put in contracted services,
Yeah.
18 contractor equipment, transfer station, 18,000. The previous year it was 4,000.
I wasn't involved. Don't look at me.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I know at least a part of it was to have the bulky bin, the contractor waste bin compact.
Yeah, that we did include money for that.
Right. That's
Do you
part
guys
of it.
do you do minutes at
But
the transfer station?
No, these were budget
meetings?
decisions last year that there was no minutes taken.
No, but does
Yeah.
the
Or report.
does the committee have minutes?
Yeah.
You do have minutes.
Yeah.
But
We
don't
have
talk
internet
about
there.
budgets.
They have an agenda. I'll
Yeah.
find out if they have minutes. Well,
Maybe.
when
It
you're
needs
talking
to be
about these
somewhere.
items, though, you really are talking about, but
You
you're
are.
not specifically looking at every line, but you're talking about when you're adding this and adding that, that's budget.
And you're like, hey, we need the blah, blah. And then you go to you guys and get the blah, blah, but nobody has record of it.
Well. what
Yeah,
they-
there was talk
what they
about
Do is they
that
make
too.
recommendations to the
no.
select board and in this
There's
case.
a lot of.
Is there a
pushback
written
by,
looked at-
record of that?
And
No, I don't
Kelly
think so.
on that.
There's no written record of recommendations of the select board from the committee. Okay, that's something we could work on.
Right, so for tonight it's good, but next.
So,
You know, we
I-
can talk for another.
I
expect that line.
And we have no answers. Like, this is a waste of time tonight and that sucks.
What do you need?
A budget. Answers. This is what Tyler gave us because he's getting it from you and like, I don't know, Camp Laurel's not on, but then share that with us. we're completely blind on this. Like, porta potties, what's your amount on porta potties?
At the transfer station?
Yeah, they gotta pee.
I assume that's in the $4,500,
I don't know.
The $4,500 what?
supply line.
We don't have that on our, so I don't know.
I have it under utilities on this particular one, so it could be anywhere.
The utility, yep, that would. What I had done is I had combined, because I pulled the trio thing. And I didn't match my labels. Because it's MISC expense department. And MISC expense / MISC expense.
And the porta potty is just an example.
Right.
This is helpful, that is not.
Right. Well, it's a start. I think it's a good place to start and then dig deeper with this, so.
Yes.
Probably,
Okay.
yeah.
Are we done with the transfer station for now? We're gonna postpone it to another.
Yep.
When is our, tell me again.
We got a public hearing in 2 weeks.
The porta potties are under the. Yeah. They're in the, with waste management.
The porta potties are with Waste Management?
Yeah.
It's a different vendor.
180 a month.
It-
Okay.
180 of them. This for the transfer station?
Potty.
We have 3 porta potties, right? We have transfer station, we have the
Beach and the
beach,
school.
the athletic field. I
Yeah.
feel like there's another one. That was it,
I think
3.
that's three.
There's 3.
Okay.
Does that 180 cover all 3 or is that?
No, it's just the transfer
180
station.
per.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought.
And is that monthly? It's monthly?
Yeah. I mean, but they're only, well, the one at the transfer station is year round.
In the winter,
The 2 are
maybe.
just summer.
That one of the schools always there.
But it would require somebody calling. and- I think it's a movie.
They've been, you
Never used it, so.
They do it.
What else catch?
I don't know.
There's a million things, but we can't do it up in the air.
Yep, I can get you this.
Okay, all of us would be great.
Yeah, that would be good.
Also, about the tires that are recycled. We had a notice back in November saying that passenger motorcycle and light truck was going to increase from $4 to $6. Tractor trailer tires, F450, they were going up 25 to 30. And then the note we had when we discussed it with Bob was that they collect the tires 3 times a year. That's got to be in there somewhere, right, Bob?
Yep.
Peggy, I have a
And that
question on
was-
that. Was,
That
Was
was
that-
BDS Tire Recycling.
That's correct.
is that what they were charging us or what we're charging for the town to dispose of? I wasn't clear on that.
Charge the
People that bring.
townspeople $5, we get charged free.
Okay, but she just said the rates all went up, correct? Okay. so
We increased the fee to 6, I believe. And then tractor trailer tires went to 30 from 25.
Okay, so was that addressed in this budget?
And that was as of November 19th, 25.
No, didn't adjust the budget.
Okay, so that's something
Right.
we
so
gotta
we need
do.
to- Do we know what the transfer station's approximate revenue is?
So that was kind of my
Right.
question. How is that tracked? Like when people bring in tires and whoever takes the money, is there a specific, like, do they put it in Trio? Do they have a tracking sheet?
It's a
How do they-
tracking sheet,
How do they track that?
but only if you ask for it.
Right, right. So how well is that tracked?
That's something we want to get changed. And we do want to put it in Trio.
Yeah. So that would mean setting up a computer there at the.
No, you don't need a computer. It's
At
a
the
form, you just
Trio.
need a data entry. You don't need a computer at the
We talked
dump.
about that. That's, gets expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Computer down there. You gotta have electricity.
Right.
You'd have to get electricity.
You
down
can do it
there.
on a whiteboard.
Right, but to put it in Trio.
Yeah, you need a data entry person, again, so the same person is doing that.
Well, it seems
like
I can get
No,
the
the-
number of tires from here.
It seems like for like 10 slips or whatever on a weekend, the manager should be able to sit there and key it in sometime.
True.
I mean, it's not difficult.
Yes.
I mean, she could do it at home or whatever,
Right.
or whatever.
The town would still need to provide a computer.
Oh my God, come
You
into
wouldn't
the
need it. You wouldn't
office.
need a computer. You can just use a tablet or something like that.
Or here's the total and you put it in.
Just turn it into
Sick
the
and
office.
tired.
Isn't that how it's done now, though? Just a.
The
Yeah,
revenue
keep
is
it on
the actual
paper.
data of what was collected isn't.
What is the
Still
revenue?
keeping that on paper.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I meant when I said that this is how it's done on paper.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be nice if the tire bill's $500 a year. It'd be nice to see you got $600 in revenue. I don't
Right.
know.
No, I'm talking like, because you also pay to dispose chair and rugs and
Everything
all
that
of
comes
that.
in that's
The full fee.
supposedly
Oh, yeah,
you have
that's
to
true.
pay for.
That's true. You never really know if you're breaking even there.
Right.
It would be nice, but it would be expensive to do that.
Do what?
Keep
To
track?
Keep track of all the toilets that come in, all the tires that come in, it'd be nice.
I don't care about the toilet.
Why
That-
would, why
You
would
don't
we-
pay
you
for a
have to bill
toilet. You just,
everything
you
they
just
have-
dump.
Oh, but you have to pay.
No, a toilet, you dump in the big
Yes, but you're
bin.
supposed to pay.
That's expensive. Those are the things that you want to know.
You're supposed to pay for that.
I don't think there's a toilet on that list. I'll go look.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
think
know it
there
would be
is.
a lot of
There
work,
is.
but I
There
think
is.
it's.
There is. I brought one. I had to pay.
Bulky waste.
Yeah. Most of the stuff you throw in that bulky waste, you're supposed to pay. Throw in.
Anything that goes in the bulky waste is supposed to be paid for.
Right.
Okay, but we don't pay a toilet company to come. get the
No.
So
No.
who cares? It's bulky
But
waste.
people
Well,
pay
who
us.
cares? Is it?
Right, so get, no, but I'm saying get the revenue, but we don't need to track the toilets. We have 3,000 pounds of,
Right, but we're
whatever.
trying to track
Advocating.
the revenue
revenue
sources
from-
Right.
of what goes in there.
I get that. What is the revenue from last year?
Yeah.
We don't.
I'm
That's
gonna
what
find
it's
out.
advocating.
There should be a total.
Did I revenue last year on transfer station?
Perfect.
It
I'm gonna
should
say
be
it's
around
under
10.
60.
$60?
Six, seven, eight,
Oh,
nine,
on the.
about 10,000.
10,000 on revenue from the transfer station. And this question you might not know, but so there's another place somewhere and it says like money received for services. What other than the transfer station does the town get for like services? Like what do we provide? Do you know what I mean?
Where we receive money?
Yeah, where we receive money.
Well.
It's like roughly
supposed to be
60,000. What is it?
Plumbing fees, building
Okay.
fees.
Okay, so those would all be lumped in there. but
What was the
we
first
could-
one, Bob?
We could spread those out.
What was the first fee?
Plumbing.
Plumbing,
Oh,
building.
oh.
Like CEO or CEO, yeah.
building,
like
plumbing.
code.
Last year, we estimated 11,000 in transfer station fees.
Okay, so 10 to 11s.
Yep.
Okay,
That's what we estimated. Town clerks and state agent fees, 10,000. Tax interest, 26,000. Municipal revenue sharing, 200,000. The
Mhm.
Lincoln Walton Trust, 40,000. Lean income, 7,500. General assistance, 3,000. Excise tax for cars and trucks, 300,000. Excise tax for boats, 3,000. A $6,000 cable franchise fee.
Those are the year before. Some of those numbers are for the year before. Because this
No,
year,
this is in the warrant that we vote to approve those sums.
Oh,
as revenue.
okay. Those are not actual figures. Those are what we projected. We were
Right.
hoping to receive.
like
No.
EA, we went up to 5,000.
We projected we would receive.
40,000.
We actually received 82,000.
and I had read that before. We were 431,000 over what we anticipated for income and those were not those categories. These were different categories. So, but anyway, 10 to 11,000-ish on the transfer station, but you could confirm that in the next couple days. Cool.
Oh, I got.
And you're gonna send us
I
all,
mean,
the whole committee
With the
that,
transfer station
big
numbers being
pile.
completely up in the air, it's hard to
Mhm.
do a first draft.
right? But Bob's gonna get us those numbers. We can at least plug in actual
Well, we have
or
a full meeting
something.
next week.
I
that
know,
we'll
but
have-
in between,
Well, they're up in the air, but I don't think there's a huge potential difference.
I don't anticipate it being different.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a little different, but I don't think you're gonna find 30,
Well,
40 grand either
So
way.
assuming that we offset the road's capital number with revenue and we don't raise in that line. 2.53%.
By the way, don't forget you have two major contracts. You might want to see when they're up, but
Roads has got one more year on it.
yeah, and there's escalators built into waste management. Would that
No,
need,
it's
that
expired.
needs to be
That
factored?
new, no,
It's
we, got 2 more years.
No, but I think there's an annual increase built into that.
Oh, 3%.
Yeah, I think that needs to be looked at.
that's what
Okay.
that's what I meant
Vicky
for the
did it.
Camp Laurel one too.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you did it in the budget sheet I have.
I factored 7, so we
Oh,
actually
okay, it
plug
does
back.
go up from 122 to 128. So is that,
I
does
have
that
Contract.
cover the waste management
I think it went
escalator?
up 7%.
I put in 7,
Okay,
but if we cut it back down to 3, that's.
well, I mean, check the contract, that's all I'm saying.
Just got it
Three.
today.
And then what about Eco Maine?
Eco Maine. They haven't changed for a while. Don't know.
What about contractually though? Is there any price
They
escalator?
could anytime change.
Okay,
That's why I had put in 7. In
Mm.
case there was a 3% on Eco Maine, 4% on the recycling.
Like tires, they could change. North Coast,
But tires should be 100% offset.
yeah, right.
So if there's an increase, we just increase our fees and we offset.
oh, yeah, anything on the fee schedule you guys could change, yeah.
Right,
I think that's what Peggy.
right. That's what
Yeah,
Peggy was
yeah,
saying. There
right.
was an increase there. We immediately offset.
Right,
But these two, you can't, recycling and general waste disposal, you can't automatically offset.
right.
So if there's,
Price goes up, then you're,
right, you have to just pay it. That's
Yeah.
why we know roughly that we have roughly a 3% in one. The other one, it hasn't gone up. But if you're correct that it can just go up at any time, then you want to leave a buffer. Inflation's
I-
kicking again.
The committee looked at, some sort of a piece of equipment so we could do compacting. But we also looked at it from the point of view of being able to make a hole someplace where we could put toilets, glass, bricks and cement and stuff like that. We get all of this stuff. And other than glass, we put it right into the bin. Now, that's very heavy stuff. We pay for that.
We should.
But I thought all of our, because you said this last year, that our bulky waste bin is going out light every year.
It goes out light on
Every
many loads,
load.
on many loads.
That's why you need to compact
Right.
it down so it'd be heavier.
yeah, I mean, if it was
the
full of
main
bricks, it wouldn't be
cost.
light.
Right.
It's the same cost.
It's not
It's
the,
gonna be light when they bring in roofing.
But it's
right, but the
budgeted
majority of stuff
cost.
that goes in there is furniture.
No,
Furniture and construction material.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true. When you put in a lot of things that have air
Right.
in them, that's
That-
when you need a
that-
compactor.
but the air things go in that other trailer, all the mattresses and cushion
Each one.
stuff
Yeah,
have their own trailer.
I think the point is, if there's any air in that bulky, you're still paying a fixed fee per haul, even if it's
Yeah.
only
Right,
half the
better
weight.
budget.
Right.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
give
Same
you
fee,
guys
so they're trying to
here
get it.
how much weight is in each load for the past 2 years.
I mean, you want to get like 6 tons in it, but if you only get 4 and it's
I thought
full,
the average was closer to 2.
You waste.
Yeah,
those.
Less than two.
there's definitely been loads 2 or
Yeah.
3 tons.
Less than 2 on a bulky.
wow. That must have been a lot of, random things that didn't
Couch
lay in
and
there.
Chairs.
I thought all that was in that other trailer. It's all packed up mattresses.
Furniture, we try to put furniture in that one. But furniture just takes up so much room and it's not.
It's a
not heavy.
bulky dumpster.
It still has to be
Right, but
carted.
it's the
It
same
still has to be carted
I know,
away.
it is what it is, in my opinion, but
lot of weight.
So I
Yeah,
want to get
on
more into the
furniture.
bin, so.
I agree, but
You know, saving a little bit of money.
do you get any income from the recycling?
Yes,
So that's not
we
on
do
here.
get a little.
In the
Well, that,
metal,
the
the metal
metal
bin?
recycling they get income from.
No, we get money from metal.
Yeah.
Metal bin.
How much?
We also get some money from the recycling. There is a small market on recycling right now. I bet it's from the cardboard.
Well, cardboard, there's a market, yeah.
So we do get a check once a year.
Is that
twice a
recorded
year.
somewhere? Did you find that?
It's less than probably $1,000,
Well,
but I can check.
I mean, it's income. It should show up somewhere. In the metal recycling too, we get a check.
Metal one, I can tell. Yeah.
Is there any other income that comes from transfer station that we haven't covered?
Metal and what was the other?
Recycling?
Recycling.
Cardboard.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's all in the
Well,
same.
that's all in the same
filter.
budget.
Do we get any on e-waste?
Anyways, that's what I'm, no.
No,
No, that costs.
that costs us money up.
And that could go up anytime.
Is that North
No
Coast? Is
contract.
that what that is?
That North Coast
Who does that?
Coast, North Coast.
is e-waste.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Troiano does the recycling.
They only do the transport of the,
EcoMaine.
yeah, EcoMaine.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
We don't
So-
use them for waste. They're just a hauler.
Yep.
Okay. No other income you can think of on the transfer station?
Nope.
Nobody makes a donation and be like, hey, put this towards the transfer station.
You said next week we'll have another round of updated numbers on dispatch costs.
Dispatch, yes.
One of them, because I talked to Joe Petrotsky, they are gonna push forward with changing police dispatch. So we will have another bill for dispatch. But they told me they're not gonna have a number for 8 weeks.
They're not gonna
Small
what?
number or
A
split
number
off of
for
one of the
8
other
weeks.
ones?
So one of them will get split.
Oh, God. Are they splitting state police and sheriff?
Yep.
Jeez, bro. That's what they did.
And on top of that, what their budget isn't gonna be done for another 8 weeks.
Meaning county.
Yeah, I talked to Joe Wednesday. The school their overall number is 2.5%. But because of the RSU 38 funding formula, it is 11%.
So I've got all that information right here about our increase is 10.63% with that's an increase of $378,604.
What'd you
It's
say?
highest of all 4 towns.
Oh,
And it's because the state valuation doesn't match our valuation, so the state thinks we have a whole lot more money than we do, so they're giving us less.
yeah,
So-
it's been grossly out of line for years. Did you guys
This
see
is
it?
the worst it's ever
Did you
been.
see the article? It was one of the like Skowhegan area towns that was so mad they tried to pull out
They
of their
tried to pull
district.
out.
They
And-
didn't. They didn't end up doing it, but it was for the same reason.
Our student cost for Mount Vernon is $18,000 a student. Manchester's 15, Reedfield's 13, and Wayne is 21,000. That to me is
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Way.
What's
So-
tuition?
what?
What's
14
tuition?
something.
Well, the state tuition is, I think it's around 15. right
Yeah,
now.
maybe.
Right, so that's why some towns pull out and then send the kids to the same place as tuition students. Yeah.
And, but we're paying,
Right, but we'd have to turn around and buy back our elementary. school.
it's
For
very
$1.
expensive to pull out of a district. It's very
Oh,
expensive.
yeah. I'm not advocating for it, but I know what.
It takes 2 years to turn.
The funding formula
But there's
drives
a-
people
there's a,
crazy though.
They're meeting next Wednesday, the 11th, for the final discussion, because I think this is the final, the final.
I don't, the vibe I've gotten is they can't find anything more
Right, I
unless
mean,
they
they've
wanna.
cut over $1 million
I know.
since from where they started. And
I know they've deferred all of their maintenance.
yeah,
another
they've
year.
cut the principals, they've cut teachers, they can't cut anymore. And
Everything that was added during COVID has been cut at this
Right.
point.
And we knew that was gonna happen. We knew
Right.
we were gonna fall over the cliff one day and we're
Right.
falling hard right now.
But they're at 2.5%?
Their overall.
Their budget.
Right,
themselves
but
is
because
doing
there's a
that.
separate, it's the additional local dollars contribution plus the ED 279 contribution determines.
That'll put it back up to like the 11. you were
That-
talking
that-
That's
the
what
11.
ours is.
Right.
Because the
Okay.
budget, what our contribution is based 50% on valuation and 50% on student count, and our student count is going down, 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 down.
The did you see the, district wide?
No, I didn't look at it, but it's like 25%.
It's another 25% cut in student
Cut in
population in
student
10 years.
Really?
They're gonna drop under 1,000 in the next 5 years.
Wow.
Since I was on the board, it was started at just under 1,300 when the first year I came in the second year of COVID. It's
Hmm.
down to under 11. No, it's down under 1,100 now.
Wow.
Is that for homeschooling or just less?
It's,
So there's a bad capture rate of kindergarteners. And there's just we're entering now, the kids that should have been born now would have been born during the Great Recession.
and it's statewide, it's not just here, it's everywhere.
It's nationwide.
Yeah,
Well, that
um,
generation doesn't want to have kids.
right,
Well,
it's just,
And this would be the first year.
That's your generation.
and there, this year.
I know I can't afford to have a kid
We
right
used to have
now.
a pre-K here.
Can't afford to buy a house.
There's not gonna be pre-K Mount Vernon anymore. Pre-K kids, because there were only 2 last year. There's
Wow.
gonna be 3, I think, when they're gonna go to Reedfield.
Wow.
I mean, well,
And they're not gonna build a school, but and I'll be upfront, I've advocated for it, is 5th grade's gonna go up. And they're gonna,
Would you advocate for regionalization of elementary? Is that what you're saying?
but I
we
think
have to.
when I was,
Yeah.
when I first went to Marana, that was 26 years ago, but we had over 400 students in that building.
You in your 20s?
Yeah. There are under 300 now. So there is a thought of maybe moving all the 5th graders to the middle school. So,
And then you can consolidate
and
down
then
your elementary.
consolidating the other classes together in different buildings. It's,
Yeah.
they've got a lot, they're working
I mean, if
really hard.
population is shrinking, I mean, you can't keep
Right.
everything
I mean,
open.
there's classes of 6 at Wayne.
Yeah.
I mean, the
That's just-
Wayne is, I think they're under 55 again.
Yeah.
I know they're under 60.
The only problem is you don't want to put a 5-year-old on a school bus at like 6:30 a.m.
But
for
the,
an hour
with
and a
the way
half.
the routes are now, because they've had to cut bus runs, they're already doing that now.
They are,
Mount Vernon run, if you live on 41 out here,
yeah.
you're the first house into Mount Vernon, you're on an hour-long bus ride.
Wow.
I was in.
And the preschool kids now are going on the regular bus, so they're getting 4-year-olds are getting picked up at that same time, because they get picked up on the bus. with-
Should we close the budget meeting?
Are we done? We just,
I
I mean, I just wanted to share that.
Right.
You know,
So just with the
I mean, we
numbers that
can
we
keep
have
talking.
now.
I just wanted to know if we should
Yeah.
close the meeting.
sorry, that's my.
So there was one adjustment. The fire department has come back and asked to bump up their truck maintenance line because they just wiped it out on one maintenance. They were gonna try and get a couple of projects done this year. They just had one bill to keep 51 on the road. The turbo on the diesel. So basically, the pump is run off the engine. And if it controls the pump will actually control the idle on the engine. If the engine can't idle up all the way, they won't certify the pump. So we went in for our annual pump inspection and the turbo. I think it's I don't know exactly what was wrong on it, but the turbo wasn't working on the diesel engine. It was a $3,600 repair. So, they're working on an exact number, but it's looking like they're gonna increase the maintenance from 20,000 to 25,000.
Did you give him my list of questions?
Yes, I just forgot to forward them to you because there's just,
Okay.
I can forward them to you right now. I just haven't
Okay.
forwarded them. So I will adjourn the budget meeting.
So.
You wanna go like put some stickers on some postcards?